just now or forever. I mean, you have a problem, like some little fucking girl, or some Somali who can't process it, there's no food where they live? Or are you just fucked up temporarily because you're temporarily fucking
Nature gathering its forces for still another unending assault on man.
1-800-EMBASSY for residents.
It sounds like it came right out of a zombie movie.
Computers are living in homes with basements. Go below and stay below ground level.
What is going on? What? Alright. Stream's over. What is going on, everybody? Akashi the Vampire here. Again, with another weird video stream. What do you think of that? Again. Oh, this is not next build's video. No, this is not next build's video. This is no, nothing here. Oh, corset. Yes. Alright. Let's see. Dazzlegog, greetings. Arsenic Cataracts, greetings. Kronk Labs, greetings. Thank you for your nice comments. Titan, greetings. Ilya Yanatka, greetings. I think I already said Arsenic. Dazzlegog, greetings. I think I already said that. I think that's everybody. Oh, Desi, hello. We're watching some more weird shit again. Viewer discretion is advised. Ooh, I forgot to lower the blood taxes. I apologize, but thank you for paying. I need something set up for that. Ah, that's a good idea. I need to set up like a blood green screen. I will do that. I will do that so it's like not completely useless. But yes, how's everybody doing tonight? Today was a weird day. Not that weird. Yesterday was worse. We ordered some Burger King today. And we ordered 2 fish sandwiches, 2 Whoppers, and large fries, and we got it delivered, and it cost $41. That's what free delivery, by the way. An exhausting day down. Ugh, it's time to relax. Yeah, but Burger King was good, but $41 for delivery? Probably not the best deal. And I hear Doja's barking. Probably not the best deal. It's not that pricey. They didn't apply the 2 for $5 deal that Burger King has. They only went off of the favor. Oh wait, never mind. Okay, we paid too much. We paid too much. Yeah. Today wasn't that bad. It was a little weird, but exhausting day. Hopefully, can get some rest now. We're gonna relax with some video games. No, I mean videos. We're watching some videos. Do not spoil yourself. 21. No, 41. $41. And it should have came out to. Let me do an estimation. Funny Tempos, hello. Let me do a little estimation. Let's see. So 2 for yeah, $41, and that was with free delivery, and with the lowest amount tip. That was with the lowest tip as well, which is mandatory. Let's see. Let me think about it. It's the equivalent of 5 pizzas. Also, $41 is the equivalent of getting 5 pizzas delivered. Here. Okay, let me do an estimation. 5. That's 10 with tax. Maybe like 12. The large fries, $3. That's about. Let's just say $15. $15, and then the delivery fee. Let's highball it with $10, $25, but we paid $41. All right, I'm done. Well, we're not doing that again. But anyways, today, let's start with something. Oh yeah, like I said, I could be watching with Fox that smiles back. Hello, greetings. There's gonna be some interesting topics. Feel free to say whatever you want, but if you want to leave or mute, feel free to do so. I'm not gonna get mad if you dip out. You can see like the title, like some of the words, but shouldn't spoil what's coming up. Let's start with this video. That email is so cute. I can't stop looking at it. I need something like that. Fake officer arrested again and mouths off to real police. Let us watch this video.
Where the defendant is making his second appearance here on court cam. We kick things off in Orange County, Florida, where the defendant is making his second appearance here on court cam.
Jeremy DeWitt. Did I say that
Jeremy
right?
DeWitt.
41-year-old
Tell me if it's too
Jeremy
quiet.
DeWitt
It's
is
kind of
charged
quiet.
with carrying a
This video is kind of
concealed
quiet for me.
weapon. The Orange County Sheriff's Office is very familiar with DeWitt.
Oh, God, not him again. It's Jeremy.
Since DeWitt's been arrested several times in the past and convicted once for impersonating a police officer.
What are you doing? What the f*** does it look like I'm doing, Get the f*** over before you find out. Stop pretending you're a police officer.
This guy's pretending to be
DeWitt
a
runs
police
a security
officer.
company that provides escort service during funeral processions. But he has a long history of using this business to drive recklessly through traffic. Block intersections.
Go past me! Go past me!
And confront other drivers.
Yeah, it's a
when
felony.
he
I
believes
think it's a
they're
third-degree
disrupting
felony
his
to
services.
impersonate a police officer. Pull over! Pull
Police
over!
eventually caught up with DeWitt, and he was charged.
Yeah, I've seen
in
the first
2
video.
different counties with
I didn't
impersonating an
know
officer
he did it again
and
though.
failing to register as a sex offender. He was released on bond, and that's when police catch up with him again. 10 months later, a deputy stops him along with one of his employees when he sees DeWitt carrying what appears to be a firearm.
Don't reach for that
Oh my God.
firearm. Walk away from your bike! Keep your hands up! Keep your hands up! Go down to your knees!
Wait, he has a
Do not
buddy
reach
now?
for that firearm.
You're being secure because you're openly carrying a firearm.
What?
You're openly carrying a firearm.
It's
me look
illegal
for
to
subtitles.
openly carry a firearm in Florida, and after he's placed in cuffs, the deputy tries to remove DeWitt's helmet, which the faux police officer does not appreciate.
What are you, dick? If I help
I'm trying to identify you because I can't see you.
trying to identify me?
When
Same with doctors and other jobs. Impersonating is a crime in general. Yeah, I know about I know some stories of like dentists that fake it. Like, why? And let me fix the overlay. Should be better.
DeWitt learns why
Yeah, I'm definitely a real vampire.
he's being arrested, he goes ballistic.
Carrying a pepper ball. You already know that.
I do not know that. That is a firearm. That is a firearm right now. All right, Jeremy, you're being arrested for carrying a concealed weapon.
Concealed. It was in plain view.
That's not plain view. That's concealed. That holster's
How
in
the-
it.
What are you talking about?
DeWitt is furious with police, and there seems to be only one thing on his mind.
Give me a lieutenant. Give me a lieutenant.
Give me a
It was in
lieutenant.
plain view. It's in plain view. Give me a lieutenant.
Sit down. Sit down and be quiet.
Where's the lieutenant? Where's the lieutenant?
Oh my
Where's
God.
the lieutenant?
But the real police don't take kindly to his demands.
Give me a lieutenant. This is not
Are
right.
you listening to me? Are you listening to me? I'm a deputy. I'm not an officer. You don't tell me what to do.
I understand.
Stop yelling at me, and I'm going to stop yelling at you. Do not yell. Do not raise your voice at me.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You've already
Yes, sir.
had
I understand,
sergeant
sir.
or lieutenant. You don't get to pick and choose who comes to the traffic stop.
It's because this guy's a repeat offender. I think they know who he is.
DeWitt's taken to the station.
Yeah,
and
oh yeah, they do
officially
know who he is.
charged
Because when they saw him, it was like, oh, not him again. I forgot when that happened. Because when they saw him, he's like, oh, not this guy again. I think it was over here.
with carrying a
I'll
concealed
go back at the
weapon.
end.
But when it's later determined it was just an unloaded pepper ball gun,
This online identifies it as a Glock, basically a Glock replica. Can you show me on here anywhere, I mean, I don't know why you'd have a light on a less lethal, but can you show me anywhere on here
That's a
where
pepper
it gives
spray?
anybody the idea that this is not a firearm,
I don't
that
make
it's,
those.
that it's a less lethal?
I can't answer that. I don't
That's a
make
pepper
those.
spray?
But you know they're less lethal.
No, I'm asking. If I saw this, I wouldn't know that.
That's where you're but you can say that for somebody else.
Okay.
How's it going, sir?
Good, how are you?
The charges are dropped.
Wherever you want to go. Do you need a ride? Where can I take you?
Isn't it amazing how nice you guys are when you screw up? Thank you, let's go. Come on.
But DeWitt's far from being out of the woods. Because of this
Yeah.
recent arrest, his current bond is revoked. So DeWitt
The
goes
pepper
before
bog
the
on or
judge
something?
to clarify the situation.
Your Honor, I'm sorry. I was on bond. They revoked my bond with a new charge, but that charge was dropped.
He has approximately 10 or 11 other cases that he's currently first.
Oh, you got a bunch of different cases that are keeping you. Right.
DeWitt's eventually set free with his bond back in place, but will still stand trial for impersonating a police officer, and if found guilty, he could be looking at 5 years in prison.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day. Yeah.
What is the point?
Thanks for being a fan of Court Cam. Subscribe to A&E to never
Probably like
miss
a power thing or ego thing. Now I kind of want to see some arm. Wait. Oh, the Mr. Beast video. Wait, have you guys seen this Mr. Beast video? I saw it was Gordon Ramsay's in it. Wait, we gotta watch this. That dude probably never stopped unless they forced him. Yeah. Has anybody seen this video? I was pretty excited for this. Oh man, it's already out. Let's see if there's anything good here. Oh, this is the video I saw yesterday. I will save that one. I will bring this one.
I recreated.
Ow, my ears.
I recreated Willy Wonka's chocolate factory in real life. And one of these 10 people is gonna walk away with this chocolate factory. In we go.
Wow.
Yo. Welcome to my wonderful creation.
One fun idea, probably extremely expensive, and not to mention the Gordon Ramsay collab. Oh, you haven't never watched a Mr. Beast video. His videos are basically like, I spent $200,000 on this dog, and I turned him into gold. Here's how it happened. Basically like that. It's just like shock value. Kubi-chan, hello, greetings. We just started this Mr. Beast video. It came out in Wait, you're never gonna watch it? No, come on. They're interesting. But if you don't want to watch, fine. But I'm still gonna watch it.
Willy Wonka's chocolate factory in real life. And one of these 10 people is gonna walk away with this chocolate factory.
Okay, 10 people. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Why is there 11? Why is there 11 people?
In we go.
I guess Chandler doesn't count.
Wow. Yo. Welcome to my wonderful creation.
Oh my gosh, it is Candyland in here. Look at the river.
It's a chocolate door. Oh, he's taking a bite out of our door.
That's good.
These 10 contestants are all here because they found a golden ticket when they bought one of our Feastable bars.
For our first challenge, we're gonna play hide and seek. You have 1,000 seconds. Go hide.
Oh,
2, 3.
Everlasting Gobstopper.
Oh, okay, we gotta go hide. Let's go. Oh, look at this Coca-Cola. Oh my gosh. Oh, yo, dude, it's a marshmallow.
Wait,
area.
can you eat the ground?
What the heck is this?
201. 203.
I got it right here.
Look at these. I don't know if I can fit in here. See ya. Hey,
Wait, I wasn't paying attention because I was reading the chat. Are they playing hide and seek? Hang on. I want to open up Pawn Stars video real quick. Oh, okay. First challenge is hide and seek. Okay. And let me get this video up.
Factory is awesome.
Is that Trigger?
Yo, what in the... What even is this area?
1,000, let's go. If I were to hide anywhere in Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, I'd probably hide in the chocolate river. I don't feel like checking it, so if they did, they win. One of our side rooms in the chocolate factory.
Cake.
No.
Imagine hiding in the chocolate river. Just drink the chocolate. Like, you just drink the chocolate and you stay in there and you're fine.
Obviously, you can't have a chocolate factory without offices to manage it. No one in here. Let's go this way.
Surely nobody's hiding in here.
I don't see anybody.
Nobody's in here either.
And this is the Wallum Shram's room.
What are you saying right now?
That's marshmallow backwards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, duh.
Jimmy,
And you eat
we
the
were
floor.
just calling you, Jimmy. We found this really awesome hiding spot.
Oh no!
Oh no!
And it's the guy dressed up cool.
It's the cowboy. No!
Right this way, watch out for the giant candy cane. You've seen the movie before, right?
I have.
All right, then you know you must get in the boat.
Get in the boat.
Don't ask me how, but we put a chocolate river with a chocolate waterfall in the middle of this warehouse.
Chocolate river with a chocolate waterfall.
Bye, Jimmy.
Part the waterfall.
I thought this was gonna stop.
Oh no! The waterfall was supposed to part, but I guess that messed up. Our next challenge is on the side of the chocolate factory. I call it the candy wall of death. Sounds a lot scarier than it is. Yes.
Is this like rock climbing?
Candy on the wall.
I want to see them
Welcome
eat
to
their
the rock
surroundings.
wall.
I want to see them
I
eat
gave Chris a
something.
gong.
The last person up the candy
Oh, it is
wall
rock
is
climbing.
eliminated.
Contestants, are you ready? Yeah! Go! Okay. Oh,
I didn't see.
Oh, we already had someone fall. Oh, bro, that guy is getting up there quick.
I know that guy. That guy was like the most athletic looking.
Let's go. Get up there.
How does he know?
He's like the
how to
obviously
climb
most
candy?
athletic person there.
What'd you say? Okay.
For a chocolate
This
factory.
ain't no
Kinda looks like
normal
Tfue.
flies. This is a whole factory.
Or Tfue.
Bring the button. Bring the
A
button.
little bit.
Okay, now.
There you go.
Again!
Oh, I cannot.
Remember, a chocolate factory is on the line. Actually, the chocolate factory you're climbing.
You gotta press
That one
the
guy took a
red
bite
button.
out of the door. I did not see that.
Step on something else with your leg.
Don't let a Reese's Pieces cost you a chocolate factory.
Can't.
You can keep going.
He was 99% of the way there.
These two were unable to make it to the top, so the only logical thing to do is rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh.
Got it.
Well, congratulations. Let's head over to the chocolate river. Here's an umbrella in case the waterfall malfunctions again.
Who would have thought a river made of chocolate is not very practical?
And now that she's gone pair into groups of two, is everyone happy with their partners? Yeah.
Classic rock,
All
paper,
right,
rock,
next
paper,
challenge.
scissors.
And now we have the two greatest eaters in the world. Get out of the way.
Excuse me.
That guy looks
Stoney
familiar.
and Joey
Oh,
Chestnut.
oh, this is the food guy. Everybody, if you don't know Matt Stoney, that is surprising. But this is also another crazy food guy. These guys are like competitive, fast eaters.
And they're gonna demonstrate the next challenge. Bring out the chocolate! Not this chocolate. This is our chocolate bars that you can order online.
And we have two brand new Feastable bars, milk chocolate and sea salt.
Can you show us how to speed eat this?
Food masters, basically.
Hey, all you guys should take notes.
That's insane.
I feel like I'm gonna throw up just watching them.
I think you all get the gist. Last team to eat the chocolate bar is obviously eliminated. Begin the contest.
Oh, it's a
The
speed
challenge
challenge.
has officially started.
Wait.
Two people will lose.
You guys
Oh, it's
literally
it's
saw
in
what
like
you
an
have to
extra
do.
large
Shove
chocolate
it in your
bar.
mouth and then shove water in your mouth.
Chew and swallow.
Chew and swallow.
Water's your best friend. Keep it going. Keep it going.
I think they've made the most progress so far.
I'm lactose intolerant.
That's dark chocolate, not milk chocolate, so you're good.
I'm good.
Yeah.
There's a chocolate factory on the line.
I've been trying really hard to lose weight. This is like counterproductive. It's getting hot.
You doing okay? Mm-hmm. Bro, you're sweating. Can someone give me a napkin? They are officially our first winners.
Yo, somebody
You
eat that
technically
cookie.
haven't won until you swallow that.
Wait, where's Gordon Ramsay?
Over there.
It doesn't matter who wins. It just
Where's
matters
Gordon
who
Ramsay?
loses.
Come on, you got this.
That team was in last place. Now
I bet he comes in later.
You guys.
You got plenty of time. Just focus on getting it down. Mouth open. Hey, we got it.
Those two guys are getting close. It's kind of now or never for you
Nah,
guys.
he has
They're
to be in
about ready
here.
to finish. You guys have to go fast right now.
Slam it back.
Right now.
Chris, are they?
They're on their, they're chewing their last
My
piece.
model's really laggy right now.
Swallow it, you can win.
First one to clear. We gotta see open mouth. Open mouth.
All right, his mouth's empty. It's down to you.
Get it out. Get it out. Yeah, I
His
got
mouth's
it.
empty. They're done.
That is a big mouth.
So close. The chocolate's amazing, but out of portion. Oh my God.
To the chocolate river. Goodbye.
What's it like being in the chocolate river after eating a pound of chocolate?
I don't know.
Make sure you watch the end of the video.
I don't know.
because
What kind
I
of
have a
answer is
special
that?
surprise guest that will
Oh,
blow your mind.
there
And
is.
now the final
I know that body
contestants
type
are
anywhere.
outside. And can you guys take your blindfolds off and look to the right? This is the world's
Ramsey's a
largest
chunker.
bottle of Coke. Chandler, can you hold my cane?
Yes.
I know that bulb.
And there we go. Editing is cool.
How'd I get up here?
If you land the world's largest Minto and the world's largest bottle of Coke,
What?
you
That's
win.
hard.
Don't forget this building.
That is so
everything,
hard.
You know, is
I would
online.
lose here.
$500,000.
Well, I mean, if not more.
Oh.
Bro.
In the bottle.
Yes, in the bottle.
No. In.
Let's see how many times we can get Chandler to say that. Don't forget, if you make this, that could determine whether or not you win a chocolate factory.
First try.
I think that was the worst one yet.
And while they're throwing these, I need to tell you guys about honey.
Come on, wise guy. He didn't even hit the bottle.
I know all of you have tried our chocolate bars, but how many of you have used honey?
I have.
I use honey, but
Oh, yeah. Good.
the coupons like
Honey's a
never
free
work.
browser add-on that you can install on basically all your devices. And what
They
it
never
does is-
work.
Oh my gosh, you're getting really close.
I don't
when
see
you
what the
check
point
out
is.
online, it automatically scans the internet for coupon codes and applies them for you. And if you look down there, you'll see a TV that I bought, which Honey saved me $447 on. If you miss this shot, I'll let you keep that $3,000 TV.
You'll let me keep it?
Yeah. All right, it's all yours. Thank you, Honey. And Honey will not only help you save money on TVs, but your favorite websites. When you buy shoes, electronics,
Oh, that was
even
kinda
chocolate
close.
bars, Honey can be there to save you money. It's free and easy to install. Just go to joinhoney.com/MrBeast or click the link in the description and start saving money
Oh,
right
that was pretty
now.
close too. Oh no! What?
In and out. This is the one.
You would think the athletic guy would get it. That guy's the most athletic person there. That's not even fair. That's not even fair.
Whoever wins the chocolate
I
factory
knew that
might
guy
have
would get
a
it.
little stain on the side. Since he was the one that made the shot, he gets to pick who's eliminated. Look at these 5 people right here.
Oh, this is hard.
I mean, it could be you if you want.
No, I think I'll pass on that. Eric, I'm sorry.
Oh, snap.
Damn, what is the beef between Eric and this guy?
Well, you know what that means. Chocolate River. This is a smaller version of the Mentos you were throwing. And if you look right here, here is a solid
explosion.
gold Mentos.
I didn't see it.
Here you go. You can sell
Wait.
it when you leave the factory.
Explosion?
You.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. I didn't even see that. Oh, that's pretty cool. It looks weird though.
Whoever wins the chocolate
Looks like chocolate.
with marshmallows. A solid gold Mentos. Here you go. You can sell it when you leave the factory.
You better win this now.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
And if you're wondering where that goes, I don't even know. Next challenge. Now we're in a room covered with marshmallows. Down on the floor.
I just wasn't. I don't know. I'm looking at the screen. It just didn't occur to me what was happening.
Did that hurt?
No, not at all.
And in front of each of the I don't trust you with the flamethrower. Can you stand just a little more that way? And in front of each contestant, it's a little peppermint carousel. Can you all stand on it?
Oh, wait.
The challenge has officially begun. Whoever falls off first loses.
Do you feel bad about what you did?
I feel awful.
All right, just step off then.
No, I won't do it.
You can do it. No. Don't push me.
Currently, they're not spinning. So let's move this here. Now they're spinning just a little bit. How is it, everybody?
Balance
Pretty
the
good.
best. The athletic guy is gonna fall
I think
last. He
he's
has
making
to fall
fun of it.
last.
You want me to ramp it up?
I dare you.
All right, we're
If,
ramping
like,
it up.
or he's
Now
not
they're
gonna
spinning
lose,
faster.
basically.
They all kind of look like NPCs, you know, in the character selection where they spin. You know what I mean? If you step, step.
I think my
while you're
balance is
doing it,
pretty
and it'll
good.
help you with the sickness. Like, because you
I
don't
used
have
to
to
be
spin,
a
you just step
linebacker.
in place.
Don't trust Jimmy. I don't trust that. That seems scary.
Yeah, crouch. I'm not sure if you're allowed to crouch. Oh, NTC6 house.
Even though
Hold on.
he got out, I want to
Greetings.
show you guys the faster speeds because I spent a lot of money on this. Oh, look at him over there.
What the fuck?
I can't feel my toes.
To the river. Before you step in the boat, I need you to sign them a
He probably spent like what? Maybe like $50,000 on that spinning thing, and he only used it for like 10 seconds. $12. T-posing master.
number 1 through 4 to each of them. Who is number 1?
Stalin.
Okay, who's number 2?
Justin.
Number 3?
Brian.
Oh, you're just going in order of the layout.
I really
Oh,
am.
that's cheap. All right, fine. Get in the boat.
One last sweet treat for the road, my guy.
Oh, thank you. Watch you fall in.
That could determine who loses a chocolate factory. Let's show you why that's relevant. There's 4 toilets behind me. 3 are real, 1's made of cake. Whichever person picks the cake
One's
one
made
is
of cake.
eliminated.
Wait.
So if they're right, they're wrong?
No, they have to be right about the wrong
One's
one.
made of cake.
I'm not joking.
Okay, guys. Which one's made of cake? I think it's number... Which one is made of cake? A gif of this. I think it's number 2. It just looks... Looks like 2, but it might be bait. Pretty sure third... Yeah, the third one is like really like... I've never... To make cake weight would collapse on itself, I guess, so it'd have to be the smallest. Looks... Yeah, look, 2 looks weird. 2 looks really like weird. But I do also think it's 3. I think I would pick... Oh man, this is so hard. I don't know if these are made of cake either. Oh man, 2 doesn't have the right color under the light. I would go with 2. But 3 is the close one.
One of those toilets is literally made of cake. And whoever
What-
picks the
what
cake
is it,
toilet
dude?
loses the chocolate factory.
We're gonna start things off with number 1 over here. Take your blindfold off. You have 5 seconds. 5.
5 seconds.
4, 3, 2. All right,
Oh,
so you're
you
picking
2.
toilet number 2. Stand in front of it and face this way. Now we have number 2. Are you ready? Yep. Take the blindfold off. 5, 4, 3, 1. Okay, go for it. All right, that leaves only toilet 3 and 4 left. 5.
3 is the
4,
second best chance
3,
for the cake
2,
one.
3. Okay, you picked toilet number 3. So I hate to break the news to you, but there's only 1 toilet left, so you can just go walk in front of it. 3 of these toilets are real. 1 is made of
Oh.
cake. Can you guys sit down?
Oh. What was number 4? 3? Wait.
Everyone, his toilet was the one made
Oh, it was
of
number
cake.
3. No.
Oh my God, the cane. The cane is no more. I don't know if you guys have ever made a toilet out of cake, but this took forever.
I know it was so boxy.
So please subscribe.
Can you flush that?
You know the deal. On the bridge.
Better you than me, dude.
Oh my God.
It was so
I had to go
boxy.
At some point, if I was gonna win.
Have fun in Arizona. I'll see you soon down there.
Oh my God. Wow, I don't know if this is wholesome or not.
Hey, don't worry, Jimmy. Being a boat captain's a piece of cake.
And we have one final challenge left.
He really just did that. Oh my God.
Hey, don't worry, Jimmy. Being a boat captain's a piece of cake.
We have one
This
final
guy.
challenge left that will decide which one of you walks away with this chocolate factory. We have these 3 contestants.
This
and what
guy,
better
man.
person to decide which one of you wins the chocolate factory than, come on in, Gordon Ramsay.
Oh
my God.
Let's go.
How's it going, man? And as you're probably guessing,
Wait. Where's the Ramsey sound? Where's the Ramsey here? Wait, let me do this. Let me do this.
person to decide which one of you wins the chocolate factory, then come on in, Gordon Ramsay. Turn around. Oh my gosh. How's it going, man? And as you're probably guessing, the final challenge is a cooking challenge.
And they have
God
45
himself
minutes
has
to make a
arrived.
dessert for Gordon Ramsay to judge. He'll be judging on looks and taste.
Begin. Yes.
Look and
Don't forget
taste.
the chocolate factory
They gotta
down the line.
create
I don't
something?
normally do
Oh,
these cooking
God.
shows. What do we do now?
So this is a tough one, by the way, for the finale. 45 minutes to cook. That's
not a lot of time?
That's not a lot of time.
Oh, I just made up a random number.
Right, give us an insight. What are you doing?
I have no idea.
You have no idea?
I'm looking at
This is so
ingredients and I'm
crazy.
trying to figure out what everything is.
So you've never done this recipe
This
before?
is the
I don't know how to
collab
cook,
dream
I'm
for
just
every,
going with
for like every content creator. This is like collab dream right here. Which one's less awful? Yeah.
What are you working on? I need to make a cheesecake, which I just found. Probably shouldn't put that on the stove.
I'm starting off with a funfetti cake.
How much chocolate are you putting in there?
I'm gonna keep the chocolate out of the
I love
funfetti
Gordon
cake. It's gonna
Ramsay,
come in
dude.
a later moment.
Is this the
Later
Kitchen
moment.
Nightmare
We
stream?
haven't got much time. We only got 45 minutes. Are you
A little
okay?
stressed out right now.
Are you okay?
I'm good, I'm good.
He makes everything so much more intense. I love it.
What's the dessert?
He's not screaming at them. He's
You've
so
done
nice.
nothing yet.
There's a few different ones, so I'm gonna
A
start.
few different ones.
Yes, I'm
in
gonna
45 minutes. Can you work and talk at the same
Yeah, I was
time?
about to say the same thing.
I probably should be.
Honestly, I don't even know what to do. Gordon just kind of took over, and it's really entertaining.
Just over 20 minutes. Halfway, guys. Halfway to a amazing chocolate factory.
When I win this
yeah, I
chocolate
like to
factory,
seem
you
nice.
wanna buy it off of me?
So, I want to see what you make first.
Oh
okay?
my gosh, the cockiness. He decides whether or not you win the chocolate factory.
Oh, I know. I'm aware.
Hey,
Yes.
turn the gas on.
I probably should.
Oh my god.
Did you know how to make brownies before this? I have, but
I can make
not
brownies.
with no instructions.
There we go.
Oh, no
Throw this in
instructions.
here.
I can't make brownies with no instructions. I get the general idea though.
You're burning the mat.
Normal
The
Gordon
mat
is
burning.
nice.
Oh shoot,
Just
you're
a
right.
light
I like
flame,
all
that's
versions
like
of
the
Gordon.
So we're good with fire extinguishers and...
I don't think marshmallows whisk like that.
I don't know. We're gonna find out though.
Oh my god!
Oh boy.
Don't come over here.
Gordon.
What have you done there?
I don't know.
It looks like you cooked it, ate it, then threw it back up.
Oh man.
I think Gordon's about to have a seizure.
2 minutes.
Yeah, cooking is
want me to
his,
blow torch this for you?
it's his passion, obviously. So
No, not yet.
All right, how about now?
Not yet.
Stop harassing the contestants.
What Gordon's gonna want is you to make it sound like you put in a lot of effort. So if you start using adjectives
Cis
that
male
chefs
cooking.
like hearing, I put the nerd's rope here because it really contradicts the chocolate and really lets you...
Shut it down. 15 seconds to go.
3,
is he eating berries? Why is he eating them?
10.
What the fuck are you guys
9,
doing?
8, 7, 6. Come on, Christian. 5,
Why are they breaking everything?
All right, done. Gordon will now begin judging all 3 dishes. He's gonna give him a score 1 out of 10 on looks and a score 1 out of 10 based on
Oh,
how
that
it
looks
tastes.
good.
Person with the
That
highest
looks
score at the
looks
end
good.
wins the chocolate factory.
It might not taste the best. I don't know, but
This is Rocky Road on a cone. I melted the marshmallows on top. I had a marshmallow at the bottom because I
That
didn't
looks
know what
pretty
to do
good
at the bottom. So
I don't know what looks worse, the one at the bottom or the one on top. So visually, it looks a little bit pedestrian.
I'll take that.
It looks like you've dropped it. I'm gonna give that a 5 out of 10. Right. Wow.
Oh.
How do we? Does this come with instructions?
Yeah. One honest bite.
Oh.
Oh.
Well.
Oh, it's a looks and taste test. Okay.
5.
5.
Okay.
So 10 total.
10 total.
All right, here's a 10 out of 20.
It looks like a bomb's gone off here. What happened
Not
there?
only that, it looked great before, and
I
then
don't
the
think he
last
likes
minute,
it.
he somehow managed to ruin his whole creation.
On top, I have whipped cream that's actually melted. It's not there anymore. And then I've got caramelized bananas sitting on top
Yeah,
of
pedestrian is
coconut-covered,
pretty
chocolate-covered
mean.
marshmallows.
That's pretty brutal.
Have you ever heard the word stop? Less is more.
the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah. So visually, it looks a mess. 3 out of 10.
Oh.
Taste-wise, what's the
The taste
liquid?
test.
Why is it gone all liquid? What do you do?
The syrup
Looks
flooded
like
out.
mashed
and
potatoes.
It was too much. It's good? No, it's not.
Ah.
I know it's not.
What did you put in there? I'm going to give that a 5.
All right. You have no way of winning, so...
5's pretty
Thank you,
high
guys.
for
It was a
spitting
lot of
something
fun.
out.
It was really nice to meet you.
Likewise.
Aw, what a good
Likewise.
spirit. You know, just for that, we're going to give him $10,000 for coming out.
Hey!
Thank you so
No
much.
problem. Yes. All right, but you lost. I'll see you later.
Bye, guys. All right, so I've created a funfetti cake, chocolate river
That
from
looks
the Willy
good.
Wonka
That looks
factory
great.
with the boat in
That's
the
like
middle
8 out of
that
10
goes on
looks.
through the waterfall. Had to add a lot of color. There's a lot of color in the factory.
Visually, I think this looks the best. I don't know about
I
you.
like the story. So visually, it's a strong. It's a 7.
You only had 10. It's already close, and he hasn't ate it yet.
Yeah, 10,000 is life-changing money. And you can sign up to be interviewed for a Mr. Beast video. Like the odds of you getting in is pretty low, and the odds of you winning or like getting a high placement is pretty low. But you can sign up to be in Mr. Beast video
Sponge,
because they want people that are like good on camera.
the funfetti is always better. Light, fluffy.
Not a fan of bananas and food. Screw you, arsenics. That's an easy ass 10 out of 10. Fun look to it. I'd rate it like 9 out of 10. It looks great.
But I'm nervous.
Looks fun.
What do you think? I can't tell if he's about to be like, worst cake ever, or like, oh, it was decent.
Right there.
Oh my gosh.
It's a 7 out of 10.
Oh,
my gosh.
let's go. That's a very nice dessert, man.
Congratulations, here's the seed.
The athlete won.
It's all mine. To celebrate our launch of milk chocolate and sea salt, we went out and we bought 10 Teslas, loads of cash, and all these prizes you see on the screen. And prizes aside, unlike Hershey's, these bars only have 4 to 5 ingredients and just genuinely taste good. Go to Feastables.com right now.
I want to buy some, but they don't sell them at the stores. Apparently, you have to buy them at Feastables. Yeah, Teslas.
And order some chocolate.
That's just
Only
Mr.
problem
Beast
is
stuff.
The chocolate river is deteriorating. All the candy's going bad. There's probably a million flies in there, and it costs a lot of money to upkeep. So I'll be right back. Right here is $500,000 in cash. Will you sell me your chocolate factory for $500,000? Because if not, it's probably going to cost you over $100,000 a year to maintain.
I've never seen so much money in my life. Will you buy this off of me?
Yes.
For $500,000?
Of course, right here.
This is mine.
If you hand me this, you can put this money in your car.
I officially hand it to you.
Okay, well there you go.
This is mine!
Yes.
Oh my God!
Just say the Hershey's Kiss in memoriam for Mr. Beast. Nice. I don't even know what those fucking Teslas were for. Let's see. Gordon Ramsay. You want to fuck with me? Mr. Beast is the only non-asshole rich guy in the world. All he cares about is content creation and like reinvestment. He like reinvests his money into the next video, reinvest that money into the next video. He does not care about money that much, although it does help with his videos. Where's that video of him arguing with the Italian guy? Italian. I want to see him yell now. TikTok versus Gordon. Oh, we'll watch some of these. These are funny. These are funny.
Disgusting.
Amy's Bakery. I think it was Amy Bakery. Gordon Ramsay. Yeah, I remember the name. The craziest. Okay, here.
Chef,
How are you?
how are you doing?
Nice to see you. First name is?
Sammy.
Sammy, good
I'm
to
the
see you.
owner.
You're
Thank
the
you.
owner. Can I meet this lady?
Yes, now.
Please?
Yeah. Amy,
Yes?
Gordon Ramsay want to meet you. He want to know who is the chef of who does all those beautiful.
Come
Here is
round,
my
please.
wife.
Come round, my darling.
So nice to meet
Now
you.
give him a hug.
He was a playboy in Vegas.
You were a playboy in Vegas.
Oh my God. He was.
Seriously.
He was. Even Hugh Hefner didn't have as beautiful of women as we did. Well, we have
This
3
bitch.
little boys, but they're trapped inside cat bodies.
Yeah.
Meow.
Yeah, they're cats.
Our babies are cats. Meow, 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 meow.
Come on. Meow, meow.
I believe that once Chef Ramsay tastes my food, as a chef, he'll be able to tell that this is what God wants me to do.
The dough is raw. Just, I finished. It's raw. It's doughy. What a mess. That has to be one of the most confused ravioli dishes I've ever seen and tasted in my entire life. That is one shit burger.
The customer
That's
is
a burger?
not always
I thought that was cake.
If you came to
That's a
eat
fucking
to
burger?
enjoy, then you should know what you like to eat, sir.
Apparently you don't know what you like to eat.
Guess not.
Amy's nuts.
I thought that was a cake or something.
Going to really hurt somebody if they send back my cake.
If anyone tell me that my wife's food is no good, I just tell him to leave the restaurant. I don't want them and don't come back.
Yeah, kind of doughy.
Like the Caesar is, I don't know.
You can take this back too. You didn't like it? Not good.
Seriously?
Don't worry. I told him to fuck off.
Not only do they
Don't worry,
wax
I
out
told him
and
to
swear
fuck
at
off.
customers.
I will go tell them to fuck off if my husband doesn't.
Fuck you, sir. Go out, you motherfucker. Go out. Don't speak like this. Go out.
They take it one step further and retaliate against them.
I hope he eats it, and I just made it really spicy for him. I hope it hurts him.
How long have you been here?
A month and
I
a
hope
half.
it hurts him.
Tips?
I don't make tips.
Say that again.
I make hourly.
Where do the tips go?
The owner.
What? Wow, $10 tip.
Yeah.
That's nice. For you?
Of course, yeah. Why not?
Do you think the girls deserve some tips tonight?
No, they get
No.
hourly.
Sir, the tip that you left, the young lady server, the owner takes the tips.
No, 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 no. Okay.
Don't
No,
fuck
no, no.
with me.
Yeah, I will fuck with you. Who
Yeah.
the fuck you think you are?
Oh my God, Sammy's going to hurt him.
You want to fuck with me? I will fuck
I don't want
with
to
you.
fuck with you.
Then I will fuck with you.
Oh my God, what a joke. And unfortunately, the majority of the people in Arizona think that if you come to our restaurant,
Ilya?
we're going to yell at you, scream at you, and throw you outside.
This is fine dining.
And that is not who we are.
You want to
Is your
fuck
first
with me?
And last time, don't come back, madam.
Keep walking, mister. You just keep walking.
11 pizza, it's coming. You want to wait, you wait. You don't want to pay what you have, and you fuck off from here. You understand?
Sammy?
Do you understand? If you touch, I fucking, you come from here. I told you. You go. Fuck you. Fuck you. No, I'm kidding.
This is
I
definitely
fuck
not
you.
in
I'm kidding
America.
you. I fuck you.
You are a little pansy. Get out of here. Don't you ever come back here. You
There's no way this is in America.
Fuck you.
Give me a break.
Yeah, he's a
This
piece of
is-
shit.
You guys, I make excellent food. You motherfuckers, you all think that you can come in here and say these things. Are you kidding me? This is ridiculous.
The right thing for me is to get out of here. Good luck. What's it for?
Wow. Yeah, I just wanted to share that Gordon Ramsay clip because I needed to hear him yelling, poisoning their guests. These two need to be locked up. Let's see. Wait. Amy's Bakery today. Are they still around? Whatever happened to Amy's Baking Company? This one was more recent. Let's check out this one.
Whatever happened to Amy's Baking Company? Kitchen Nightmares Review. Hey guys, welcome back again to our channel Film Takeover. And this time, we are talking about Amy's Baking Company, the one from Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmare show. Before we start, I would like you to hit that red subscribe button.
No.
There might be various cooks in Kitchen Nightmare. Still, in 2013, Amy and Sammy, Salomon Buzaglo, had a
No.
public meltdown on social media and television when Amy's Baking Company, their restaurant, became the only restaurant ever to be on the show that was difficult to help with. Amy stated that she desired to die whenever she reflected on the past. It all started when they welcomed Gordon Ramsay in their Amy's Baking Company as they struggled with various online harassment. The show was even meant to provide tough love to their restaurant, but in their case, diners would surely order different dollars worth of food and threaten to leave negative reviews. When Gordon and his team arrived at the store for the shooting in 2012, Amy stated that the place had turned around worse. There were missing ingredients, and the point-of-sale system was sabotaged. Hence,
I think the word
orders
comparing,
couldn't
not
be sent
Amy.
to the kitchen. Though the crew already discussed everyday customers, Amy stated that the same customers were there who threatened them to post bad reviews. One of those customers also harassed them, asking them to bring some tips. That time, Amy shut down the production and said that she didn't desire to participate, and she contacted the production team another day and informed them that they didn't want to show their restaurant on air. She was mortified and shocked, as the customers portrayed them as combative and defensive. They made it appear like they couldn't take any criticism, and they desired to do that for drama. In the show, Gordon said that Amy served frozen pastes and called that the best-selling pizza ever. Gordon also made it look like Amy and Sammy were stealing tips from the workers. When the show started, Amy and Sammy's lives turned into a nightmare. They got trolled with hateful calls and comments. Everyone decided that they were those horrible people, and various people visited their restaurants. Still, it was challenging to understand who are the loyal ones or who are there to harass. The couple also said that they sold out their store in Arizona, and in 2015 they moved to California, where Amy also published a cookbook and began the
Looks like
entire
they were-
cannabis edibles.
they were
But
taking-
Sammy
looked
was
like
an
they were
Israeli
taking tips.
citizen, and he had some criminal record with documents showing he got banned from Germany and France and held a long history of extortion and drug charges.
Banned?
Amy
How
and
do you get
Sammy
banned
were
from a
fighting his
country?
immigration case, but Sammy got deported.
How does that even happen?
So in 2018, the couple
What?
moved to Israel to start a new life. They then moved to Netanya, where she was honing her baking skills and opening a
You are
boardwalk
banned from
bakery.
Germany.
Sammy
What?
informed that he is in retirement, and for him, life is honey in Israel, and he is enjoying it in his town and country. Earlier, Amy also stated that she grew tremendously and regretted her behavior on the Kitchen Nightmare show, which made her feel scared, but she said that the experience was humbling. She reminded people not to believe everything they see on TV or hear on the internet, because not everything is true. She lastly advised that it applies for both on and off kitchen experience, as even salt looks like sugar. Moreover, fans of Hell's Kitchen who remember the popular Gordon Ramsay's reality show, Kitchen Nightmares, know that the show ran for 7 seasons. This is because the concept was so simple, as audiences watched the show on his quest to rescue failing restaurants all over the country. The show featured distinct restaurateurs going head-to-head with Gordon Ramsay, as he, not
I
so
think it's
pointing
just,
out
Kitchen
delicately all the
Nightmares
flaws
or-
of their menu, but entertaining experience, as Gordon sought to improve the patronage and bottom line of the eatery. Amy's Baking Company was one of the heated exchanges between Gordon against the couple. During one of the episodes, things quickly got out of hand when the two started trading more than little barbs with Gordon Ramsay. As per the customers, even Gordon could not handle them arguing, and hence he stopped working with Buzgalos, Amy, and Sammy. He said that it is absolutely normal for any cafe or restaurant to suffer a lot more staff. Still, it is not normal for any kitchen to have 65 menu items, and it is absolutely not tolerable for the owner's hatred inside the cafe. Chef Gordon Ramsay was not the first to get fed up with the couple owner, as some other people also passed negative rankings and comments for Amy's Baking Company. Reviewers also claimed that their service was poor, and one of them wrote that the food was terrible and inedible, and the owners were rude to customers. They were not helpful nor hospitable. Another user wrote that the customers had to wait for long hours to get their order served, and later were threatened by the couple owners when they complained about the service.
Well, I do as much as I love MasterChef. Wait, kind of. Let's watch what we meant to watch. Let's check out this gobstopper.
Little Bird told me you had some Willy Wonka stuff.
Yes, some props from the original film. Why, are you a fan?
Yeah, the Gene Wilder
Why is my audio so quiet? I have it at max. I don't know why it's so quiet.
Wonka.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Make a wish, count to 3, and I'll be right back. I have this Willy Wonka collection, 5 pieces, 5 props from this original 1971 film that I know Rick will flip over. The asking price for the Willy Wonka collection is $725,000. If he wants one
I think it's
thing,
just a
he's gonna
video
have to
happens
pay up.
sometimes with YouTube. Oh, okay.
Voila.
Wow. Is that the hat?
This is the original hat that Gene Wilder wore in the original film. Is that insane?
I just have to do this?
Looking pretty stylish.
What is
He
an
has a
egg?
small head.
He did.
Or I might have a
He-
fat head.
This
Just take
is
a
the
picture.
golden egg. It's heavy.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll take any chance he can get.
And a
Good
golden
Instagram
ticket?
picture.
A genuine, screen-used golden ticket.
Best I can do is $20.
And to boot, Wonka bars.
Those ones they used on the set?
Yeah. And they still haven't melted.
Wait, they're real?
Props made of wood.
Yeah.
Oh, they're wood. Okay.
So where'd you get
I
all
figured
this
they were
stuff?
wood.
We bought it at auction, and the one big thing is that you want to make sure, obviously, it's authentic. And even with the photo matches, we wanted to know the lineage and where it came from. The crazy thing is that each one of these pieces, these props, came from Julie Dawn Cole, who played Veruca Salt.
I'll buy the whole set for
What
$50,000.
better can you get than from her?
That's amazing. And what is that?
What would you want it to be?
Oh my God. That's the real deal?
I don't know, is it?
Is it the everlasting gobstopper?
Yeah.
That's
Looks
the real
like
deal?
shit.
I'm even getting chills holding it.
It's like the Hope Diamond.
Talk about being speechless.
Yeah, that's like the Holy Grail. When I was 7 years old, that's the one thing I remember
Looks
was
ugly.
the everlasting gobstopper. It just sounded like the most amazing thing in the world with all the different flavors, and it lasts forever.
Yes. Yeah, that was the centerpiece of the whole film.
So yeah, Slugworth
Lightly used.
came to Charlie and told him he'd give him a bunch of money if he stole the everlasting gobstopper.
Yeah.
And at the end, Charlie turned around and just gave it back to Willy Wonka, and that's when Willy Wonka gave the factory.
Yes.
It's crazy, too, because the movie was a flop. And then the 80s came out and video came out. It just turned into, like, the greatest thing ever.
Like a cult classic. It's still popular to this day.
So how much you want for the gobstopper?
$3,000.
Um,
100,000.
that is the centerpiece of the film, which if we sell that, that's definitely breaking up the aesthetics of the whole collection. So I'm going to give you one price, and that's that. I got to stick with $100,000 for the gobstopper.
Might be a crazy price for the everlasting gobstopper, but let's face it, it's the everlasting gobstopper. It is literally, in my mind, the greatest movie prop ever.
It was your favorite film.
If you throw in a Wonka bar.
So that means that I'd literally be giving you
a Wonka bar.
A Wonka bar. And that's breaking up the set, though.
It's not really a set. They were just, they were just Wonka bars. I mean, but
I'll tell you what, I would give you one Wonka bar, and I'd give you the everlasting gobstopper for $115,000.
But you can do it for $100,000.
What?
No.
All right, so $105,000, and I get a Wonka bar.
He's so demanding.
I'm gonna miss that everlasting gobstopper.
Sweet.
You got a deal.
It's like the fountain of youth. I'm 7 years old again. I mean, these are crazy pricey, but
I would
putting
eat
these
that
things in the shop
chocolate bar,
will
but it's
bring
not even
people
real.
in my shop. They're in amazing condition. They have all the provenance in the world. They're 100% legit. They are wanted, and these collectors pay insane money.
Mr. Brown and I got along famous.
And that's it for Pawn Stars. We're not going on a Pawn Stars spree. Watermelon Fanatic. Hello, greetings. Greetings. Let's check out this final Gordon Ramsay video. Then we're going to be going into some weird stuff. Yes, greetings, Watermelon Fanatic.
Really? Dude, you need to learn how to spell.
Send this to a friend that's gotta try it.
Ugh.
Hockey. Wait, is that?
Is Viral Kyle?
Oh, dude. No, it's not
That's
vile.
macaroni
it's
and
vile,
cheese.
Kyle. You can't spell.
Pizza.
Disgusting.
And Takis.
Really? Dude, you need to learn how to spell.
Send this to a friend that's gotta try it.
Ugh.
That is disgusting.
On today's episode of How Fucked Up is Fucked Up. That's fucked up.
Gordon Ramsay, my sister thinks she's a baker. This is what she made.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, that looks like a cat's litter. Love, please stop baking. Promise me.
Let's make a cute
cucumber Wellington.
What?
Oh,
stop it. A cucumber Wellington? No, come on. Okay, oh dear, that looks like one of my wife's toys from under the bed. No, stop it. Oh, you're not doing the puff pastry. Oh, come on. Is that a raw cucumber in there?
Send me a picture.
No, slice it and show. No, come on. How dare you insult Wellington? Oh, please.
What is that?
You need to get back to the vegan teacher's classroom, you donut.
Have fun too.
Oh, it's weird.
Gordon Ramsay,
Let's go.
I see you roasting me for
no,
my
come on.
fruity pebble mozzarella sticks.
No.
But try and roast
What are you
this.
doing? Flouring a
Today
filet
we're
mignon, you
redeeming
donut.
ourselves
How do you
for
say
my
weird?
No,
fruity
you're not
pebble
covering a filet
filet
mignon with fruity
mignon
pebbles.
Ew.
No.
That's right.
No,
Frosted and
no,
fruity
no,
pebbles.
come on,
Throw it
dude.
in your
I'm gonna
air
kick your
fryer.
butt.
Take it out.
Take it
There
out?
you have it.
Yeah, throw it in the
Bada
trash.
bing, bada
Oh.
boom. Fruity
No.
pebble filet mignon
Look at it.
steak.
It's
Cut it
white in the
open
middle.
and
It's
boom.
overcooked.
Perfect medium
Perfect
rare.
medium rare.
Don't
Specs-
forget to
what's
top it with
that?
marshmallow
Marshmallow.
sauce,
What?
baby. Delicious.
Hamid, lamb burgers. Okay, good. The toughest burger on the planet to get right.
Beautiful 80
Okay, it's
It's 80-20.
this video.
Okay, good. Seasoning.
a bunch of black pepper.
Pepper, yeah,
A light
allspice.
pinch of allspice.
No.
Mix it, form it into two
Even
beautiful
shape, no.
patties.
One big, one
Now
small.
cover the surface with a
Olive
little
oil,
olive
okay.
oil and into
Grill
a hot
them
cast
gently,
iron
a little
skillet.
bit too thick.
And
They
Mr.
won't
Ramsay,
cook
don't you
evenly in the
forget,
middle.
Drop a follow, I'll love you forever.
Okay,
And now to a
dressing.
bunch of yogurt, we're gonna squeeze in a little lemon
Nice.
juice.
Lemon
Toss in
juice,
some
good.
crumbled
Feta,
feta cheese,
delicious. Nice and
some
salty.
fresh mint,
Good, fresh mint.
a beautiful pinch
No,
of
you
salt.
don't put
Now
salt on
mix.
top of feta. It's
Now after a
already
couple minutes, the
salty.
burgers are flipped.
Gently cook them. Now look
Now on a
how
toasted
uneven
bun,
they
we're gonna
are.
add in the
What, no
yogurt
lettuce?
sauce, a little red onion,
And didn't
the
grill the
lamb
onion?
patty,
No,
some
look.
arugula.
No,
You
not
probably call it
rocket.
rocket.
Lettuce.
Now we have final
Come on,
product.
slice it.
Mr. Ramsay,
The
this is
lamb's
cooked to
raw.
perfection.
Ew.
Now, bismillah.
Where's the lamb sauce?
Eating animals is wrong, Gordon Ramsay. Hurting animals is wrong, Gordon Ramsay. Share this song, and if you call me a donut, that's fine.
Vegan
As long as
donut.
you're vegan from now on.
Spicy food, plain food. This lady, I don't know that lady. What is this?
Okay, brushing, seasoning with cocktail sticks. Hold on a minute. Performing
What
acupuncture
the-
on a chicken. You're supposed to
What?
cook it, not prick it. Oh my goodness me. No.
All this stuff is vegan? Oh,
That's,
yeah, I figured.
that looks dry. You've turned the chicken into a hedgehog.
What the fuck was that?
Prick it. Okay, brushing, seasoning with cocktail sticks. Hold on a minute. Performing acupuncture on a chicken. You're supposed to cook it, not prick it. Oh my goodness me.
What's
No.
what?
That's, that looks dry. You've turned the chicken into a hedgehog.
Okay. That was weird.
Alright guys, I know we talked about the steak cage before,
Steak
but I'm gonna show
cage?
you how
Oh,
to
come on.
assemble it.
Seriously?
I like
You keep
dry
calling
but
it a
cooked
cage.
meat.
What,
I don't even know what I like. I'll take whatever chicken I get. I'll eat whatever I get.
you doing?
Seasoned, so I had to season those first.
You season it
Get your
first?
bolts in
A
there.
cage?
Got my steak.
Rub
Give
the
a little
steak?
avocado
No,
oil on
really?
both sides.
So you should
Get it
season it first
inside
before
the
you put it in a
cage. Put
cage.
the top on,
Oh my
and
god, it looks like my
tighten it
grandma's
all
hip
the way
replacement.
around.
What are you
Next,
doing?
we'll hit it with air
No,
seasoning.
come on.
It's
How'd you
charcoal
colour a
based
steak in a
seasoning, so it's
cage?
black
Wait,
gold.
Seriously,
is
come
this?
on, man. Stop playing Connect 4 with your bloody steak.
Both top, bottom,
What
on
the
side.
frick?
Get your temperature probe in there.
You don't poke it first.
I don't know what that was.
Today we're testing out Gordon Ramsay's famous
Okay.
scrambled
Yep,
eggs.
that's right.
Gordon is better live up to
65
the
million
hype.
hits
Cold
on
pot.
YouTube for this incredible
3
scrambled
eggs.
eggs. Don't
Then he
screw it up.
says you need a knob of butter.
Okay,
You'll
a
do
teaspoon.
A knob of butter. They were giving that steak a lethal injection.
Come on, ready?
No.
Get on with it.
We're gonna go with 2 tablespoons.
Too much butter.
Place on high heat.
On
Be
and off the
constantly
heat.
Stirring. Once
Don't
butter is melted,
overstir it. You'll
off
break
the
it
heat.
up.
Back on the heat.
Take your time.
It'll start to scramble.
Yep.
Take it off the
Don't
heat while it's
over
still
whip it.
liquidy. Add creme fraiche
Season
or sour
now.
cream.
Gently on the creme
Then the
fraiche.
salt and pepper.
Oh,
Before
come
all
on.
the comments come after me
What are you
saying
doing?
this is raw, I promise you it's not.
Gently.
Top with the scrambled eggs.
Oh,
Wait, what is
don't
that?
sweat
These
it.
scrambled eggs.
What?
Come
No
on.
truth.
Truthfully, you're such a knob.
You win.
Cream fresh. That looked disgusting.
Chef Ramsay, you can't cook for nothing.
All right, big boy. I can't cook for nothing. Show me what you got.
You gotta first make a bunch of holes.
Make too big a holes. You'll dry the lamb out, you donut.
This boy.
Whole cloves of garlic? Really?
Better learn something.
Are you serious?
That looks weird.
You don't put olive oil on lamb. It's a leg of lamb. It's got enough fat on it.
Pepper.
Oh, come on, really?
Put some garlic.
At least rub the seasoning in. More garlic?
Onions, though.
Onions? Well, you haven't even peeled them. Hey, psst, FYI, your foil's upside down, you donut.
I didn't even know there was a right way.
Relax? You need to wake up. What's that? Garlic stuff with lamb? Right now, I wouldn't trust you running my bath. Seriously?
That's a lot of garlic.
Quick and easy breakfast.
Oh boy, breakfast. Did you drop it? A loaf of bread?
The thing is, I'm trying to put food out that you can make in that.
Food out you can make at home. They
What
look like my
the
granddad's slippers. And what kind of home are you working in?
What is that?
An undertaker's home? Sausages? No, stop it. Really? Oh, eggs? No, come on. Beans? Oh, come on. They look like miniature coffins. Ashes to ashes. Toilet to toilet. Paper to bum. Really?
Drop a comment, like, share, all that
What
good
the
stuff. And
fuck? That is whack. That is whack.
Mega roll. Look at the size of that thing. Is that for 6?
14 slices of bacon.
Stop it.
Frying pan.
14 slices of bacon
Oh
in
my
one
God.
roll.
Prep your cheese.
Cheddar cheese.
Nice and thick.
No, grate the cheese. Why are you slicing so thick? Are you going to toast
A whole
that?
block will do.
Under the grill, get it nice and
A whole block
caramelized.
of cheese.
Oh
Frying
no!
pan.
You're putting cheddar cheese in a
Put it on
frying pan.
bacon. What?
No. You
Add your bacon and cheese.
you
to the
don't
roll.
add bacon and cheese to a flipping frying pan, you donut.
What is that?
Oh my God.
Fold it together.
Ketchup.
Cut it into
Then
4.
you've got your
Cut it into
14
4.
slice, 1 cheese block.
Oh no, stop it.
Heaven sandwich.
Stop it,
What?
heaven. Young man, you're going to hell.
Seriously gonna eat all of that, are you?
It's all in your beard, you donut. A beard fondue.
No, you're gonna have to share it.
Share
That's
it.
the best thing here.
Really?
I would not eat that.
We're making a filet mignon tree.
A filet mignon tree. Really? Come on, Max. Don't slap your meat like that, please.
Let that
Really?
in the fridge.
Use a bounty to dry it.
And weave branches.
A bacon branch weave. The only weave you need is on your granddad's head.
Picker upper.
Come on, seriously?
Was that an
What are you
advertisement?
doing?
Mini immortal.
Max, really?
The candied bacon crunch.
What
and
is
wrap
that?
up your
What are you doing? Wellington
What is
trees.
that?
those hands clean and finish
Clean those hands.
your tree bark.
Clean hands, clean food. A Wellington tree. What has happened in 2020? Oh no.
That looks like a
Oh,
mushroom.
Gold
No, come on. A gold star. That's what you get for being a teacher's pet. Kaylin, can you help me out, please?
Cooking creation using half
Seriously?
reacts.
Kaylin!
That looks like a mushroom. Ew. This is
What's
too much
happened to
bacon.
Max?
Of plant-based diet.
Ugh. That is too much meat.
Okay, a pre-workout meal. Hold on a minute. 5 almonds, 1 slice of bread, and a banana, and 6 eggs with no yolk. Dude, seriously? I wouldn't trust you with a Rubik's Cube. How can that be a pre-workout? Dude, seriously? Come on!
5 almonds. That's random.
I'm gonna show you how to make the
Looks like there's bugs all over the eggs. I'm not a big fan of egg whites.
wash your
Oh my God, that scared me.
Throw food.
cut like this.
Okay.
Almonds.
That board's moving. Use a bounty towel underneath it to stop the board from sliding.
I'm gonna need
Okay.
bounty to pat dry.
Smart. Make sure they're really dry.
Absorbed with just
Yeah,
one sheet.
good. Okay,
Now
I got you.
let's fry.
Yes.
Now let's fry for 20
Okay.
seconds. Now
20
let's
seconds.
drain that
No, put a
excess
little bit
oil
more colour on them.
Bounty paper towel.
No,
With
a
the
bit more
towel,
colour.
And look at all that oil.
Yeah, but drain them on
They're
the
white
paper
as
again.
fuck.
Oh no.
Mix it. Freeze
No,
for
you,
30 minutes.
you dust
Now
the
let's
starch
sacar mi salsa
after they come out of the fryer.
on your meat.
Okay, meat could be a little bit more
Fry for
coloured.
5 minutes.
Oil could be a little bit
Then
more
cheese.
hotter.
Add
More
the
colour.
Cheese.
guacamole.
Jenny, too much guacamole.
What the fuck is this?
Oh,
Really?
I challenge you to make a dish with
I challenge you to cooking the steak properly.
Ew.
Let's make some Asian citrus pork
Ooh,
ribs.
they
But
look
first,
good.
let's get Gordon Ramsay to notice me, and let's
Dude.
get to my short-term goal of 10K and long-term goal of 100K.
Okay, let's get big boy.
Let's get started on the ribs. So what
yeah,
you're gonna do is
dry
grab
them.
your pork ribs,
Take
cut
some
them
of
in
those
half,
bounty
take
towels
the
and dry
membrane
them.
off, slather them in
dry
hot
the
sauce
ribs.
for your binder.
Nate,
Then what you're gonna do
listen
is
to
grab
me,
your
dude.
Vegas and competition rub, link in bio.
He's not being as mean to the
Temple
kid.
The ribs, they'll
sides,
taste the seasoning
and let
way
it sit
better.
until
Nate.
ready to cook it. And then what you're gonna do is start with your glaze, grab a pot, get some garlic and ginger in it.
Good, ginger.
And pineapple
Nice.
juice,
I haven't
orange juice, soy
had French
sauce,
Red Hot.
lemon
Okay,
juice,
let's wait and see at the end.
chili sauce, hoisin, and pepper. Bring that
hoisin,
to a
pepper.
boil and
Dude,
reduce
you've got a
until
lot
it's
going on
barbecue
there.
sauce consistency.
Okay.
And throw your ribs on the barbecue at 225 for 3
Nice.
hours uncovered.
Okay.
225
2
for
hours
3
covered in
hours.
tin foil with orange juice in the tin
Yes,
foil.
nice. It needs to be reduced down.
And then in
though.
the last hour, you're just gonna glaze it with
Yeah,
that sauce
it
you
needs a
made
strong
every 20
glaze.
minutes. There you
Okay,
go.
good.
Please consider
Show
following
me your
so this
ribs.
come up on your
Nate!
Okay, the kid cooks better than me.
Oh no! What is he doing?
Yeah.
Ketchup? Man, stop it. Listen.
Take a long time.
Honestly, I say he's just been on the phone. They want their woolly mammoth back.
This guy's familiar.
Is that Tyson Fury? What are you doing?
That is not
Block
Tyson
ice?
Fury.
No.
What is that?
Right, breakfast time. Okay, baked beans, eggs, okay, a little bit of a cooked sausages, slightly wrinkly, hash browns, okay,
coffee, dude.
lots of them. Come on. It's, yeah, it's a big portion. Hold on a minute, what's that? Talk about big portions. Nick,
I didn't think
you
I was
are
a human
kidding
being.
me. Dude, we need to look after you, and you need to stay healthy.
What is that?
You'll be on the toilet all freaking day. Nick, really?
The eating ice gift. Yes,
Don't
that's
do it,
him.
kiddo.
That's him. The ice gift.
Okay, big boy, let's go.
You a TikTok steak expert?
Absolutely, cooking steaks for the last 3 decades. Show me what you got.
I made that shitty long
on
sandwich.
your belt? Get a stick of unsalted butter.
What?
Unsalted butter.
Stick it.
Oh my
It'll
god.
burn in seconds, especially that hot.
Hit it with some fresh
He
garlic.
just threw the whole stick in
Chop
there.
a guy like that, it'll burn as well.
Lay your steaks down.
Sear on the grill first and then finish in butter. Wrong way round, big boy. Wrong way round.
Give them about 3 minutes.
Is that a seasoning belt you got on?
Then start basting.
We got a beer in there?
Now it's time to hit that season.
No. Put the butter after. Sear
That
first.
won't take long.
Come on, big man.
That scared me.
Make sure they rest before you slice them. Otherwise, all the goodness will run out. Come on, big boy. You're supposed to be a steak expert. Hit me, man. Seriously? Have you got too many beers in that seasoning belt? Really? Oh no! My darling, you've got the wrong Scott. That looks like Jerry Butler.
Is that?
Oh, my granddad. He died 10 years
Is that
ago.
Gordon Ramsay?
Ouch. How do you recover from that?
Oh no,
Well,
not again.
sometimes
2.0.
fast, and I'm emotionally,
Oh, come on. Tell me you're going to get your act
physically,
together.
and spiritually recovered from
What
Gordon's
is that?
sick burn.
Hold on a minute.
It's the new year, which
It
means
starts
time
to look
for
a
new
little bit like
chances,
Flavor
right?
Town.
So
Hold
Gordon,
on.
how
No,
about
stop
now?
it.
I know it's not
Stop
perfect.
it. That looks like a
fuck?
90-year-old Guy Fieri. Really?
This is day 20 of putting weird stuff in burgers until we get Gordon Ramsay's
Oh, you
attention.
got my attention.
Today
What?
we had to
What are you
do
doing?
the blue Takis. So we
no.
made the blue
No, come
Takis.
on.
We took some of the
That
green
is just
Takis
tacky.
and put them
Stop it.
inside.
You
And
don't put them in a
then we made
burger.
a delicious egg
Oh,
wash. And
come
don't
on.
forget, we didn't forget the seasoning.
No.
Takis are like
Browned it.
And then we rolled this more than
rolled up
More
Doritos. Spicy rolled up
Come
Doritos.
on. That thing looks radioactive. Hold on a minute. Deep fat frying it? Dude, right now I want to stick your head in the deep fat
Blue
frying
Takis. I have not seen those.
You know, that's a burger.
Trying to cook chicken by slapping
In a
it hard
burger.
more.
Oh,
So
no.
there's this meme that says you can cook chicken if you slap it fast and hard enough. But
Don't be
I
so
can't
stupid.
slap it
I mean,
fast
I
enough.
would put
So I built
Takis in
this
a burger,
robot to slap it way faster than any person.
but I'd rather not.
This is TikTok, right? Not Pornhub.com. You have to be kidding me. Honestly. What a freaking donut.
So we let it run and it got worse.
Slaps
Slapping
per
your meat like
second.
that. You should be ashamed, young man. Honestly. What would your parents say? Oh no.
What was
Come
the
on,
point of
Salt
that?
Bay 2.0. Oh no, stop. Did you just spit on your meat? You
Ugh.
dirty, disgusting man. Stop it. Come on, Rick. Oh my lord. Hey, big man, Salt Bay does not have a pot belly.
Friction.
Can
Oh,
you stop slapping your meat?
I see.
What are you doing?
This guy's an idiot, man.
What?
Stop,
Stop
please.
it. No. Oh, behave. I never trust you season my burger, let alone a steak. Oh my goodness, what are you doing now? Oh no, not the flamethrower. No, 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 no. Oh, dude, what?
What a weirdo.
Oh, get a grip, Willie, young man. Now you're gonna set yourself on fire. Fire blanket, you idiot! Oh, for God's sake. Did you just spit
What?
on your meat again? Never spit on your meat!
What a freaking freak.
Gouge out an apple. That
Yeah,
doesn't
he
sound
did.
very romantic, does it? What are you doing?
I got a YouTube sub. Mark Kilpatrick. That's a YouTube subscriber. What the fuck? Who's watching my YouTube videos? That's weird. Interesting.
That looks a little bit rude. No, stop it.
From there,
Come on.
I crimp the edges with a fork.
Crimp the edges of a love heart. What?
Those are rare. That's the second YouTube sub I've ever seen live. YouTube, man, show yourself. They're not here. They're not here. Like 100%.
Some egg wash.
Egg wash? Edible paint? No, come on, dude. Stop it.
Okay, it looks pretty
An
cool.
eyeball? What? Dude, it's Valentine's Day, not Halloween, you donut. No wonder you're still single.
Happy baking. Today, I will be making Gordon Ramsay's
Good.
scrambled eggs.
I can't wait. Let's go, big boy.
I wouldn't need it, but look cool. Did you say wait, glue? I didn't see glue. Oh wait, what?
That's kind of on you.
I see glue in the
Yeah,
background.
okay, I'll take it.
One hand.
What are you doing? Well, hold on a minute.
Do not notice the shell.
No, not with a shell in there.
Small knob of butter. This is a small knob of butter.
Dude, don't compare my knob against yours. Really?
I still don't get why you can't just do it.
No, on and off the heat. Let's go.
Season your eggs. Psych.
Yeah.
I know if you do it too early, it's gonna get water.
Wait,
but
it turns them grey, you donut. Focus, will you?
you do put in salt.
Yes, just a touch.
Be consistent, Gordon. Like, what's going on?
Well, come on then, get the thing cooked. On and off. 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. Seriously?
Right here, it's about done.
They're not cooked enough. No, now you season
Why
it.
do you have glue in this kitchen?
Too runny. What's that, scrambled shells with chives? Get your hair cut.
You donut.
Donut. His hair wasn't that long.
Hey, see that there pizza? I'm gonna turn it into
Animal style
Really?
pizza fries.
No.
French fry shake.
I don't like animal style fries.
Last night's
or
pizza.
anything.
Cut
That's
into
just, I don't,
strips.
that
What
stuff's
next?
weird.
Flour on flour. Oh, really? Egg wash. More bread on bread, flour on flour. Deep fried? Oh, come on, you're kidding me. No, drain them. Drain, drain, drain. A mouthful of grease. Oven.
Cheese.
What are you doing? Oh, come on.
Ew.
Leave animal style to
Ew.
eat out.
That's what you want?
How do people
No.
eat this shit, man?
What?
I can't. I can't eat this crap.
Never speak with your mouth full. Now spray that again.
I do not like animal
You want to
fries.
treat yourself? Rib cap.
Rib cap. Come on, big boy. That's my favorite
First,
cut.
we're gonna salt it.
Salt it. Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
It looks like an episode of Narcos.
Looks like
Why would I
snow.
With the salt.
What?
What
Oh,
are you
what?
doing?
What?
Now pepper. For
What was the
goodness
point of
sake.
that?
You can pepper the plate.
Should be lightly seasoned. Left outside of the fridge for at least 20 minutes before it goes in the pan.
A tablespoon of butter.
No, it's going to burn. Oh my god, look, the butter's burnt.
And now
So you're just going to scorch the steak. That's not searing, rib cap. No. Turn it over.
Flip it after about 5 minutes.
That's called a scorch, you donut.
After another 5
Not a
minutes,
sear.
we're gonna sear the side.
Gently when you pick it up with a
Salt.
tongs.
That guy's gonna die from sodium.
Garlic, bay leaf, rosemary.
30 seconds on each side.
It's all burned. You've just ruined a rib
Now
cap.
we're gonna let it rest.
What a donut.
Looks like a brownie. The punch. Interesting TikTok.
If this dish doesn't get a nice reaction from Gordon
What a
Ramsay,
donut.
Let's go, big boy.
I should start calling people donut.
If you know, you know. Gordon,
Absolutely. Season it well.
Sergeant Gilbert,
Beautifully marbled.
light sear. Sear the other side.
Hot
Remove.
sear.
Same
Nice.
pan. Shallots, garlic.
Okay, classic.
tomato
Garlic,
paste,
sure.
Cabernet. So let's get it popping, baby.
Okay,
Clean
popping
it down.
baby. No, forget that.
Reduce by
Flambe.
half. Beef
Reduce
stock.
by half. Good.
Pour over
So
the
far, so
beef,
good, big boy.
add some thyme and bay leaf.
Okay.
Put a cracked
Don't boil
lid
it
on
too
there.
hard.
Cleaning it up here, chef. 2 hours in, we're adding some carrots.
Oh, carrots. They're gonna be delicious, by the way.
We're gonna rice the potatoes for the mash.
Smart.
Maybe a drum set.
Wow,
Gordon
what was
pulled our
that?
dairy into our
Come on, let's go.
Was that
horseradish
cheese?
Mash. 3.5 hours later, kill the heat.
Yeah,
Let this
too long,
rest
but
at least
however.
40 minutes in the liquid. Time to
Show me the
plate.
beef.
Short rib.
Oh,
3 quenelles
wow.
of mash.
That looks
Now
like
you
a
tell me
brownie.
what we've done with mash.
What is all this meat look like brownies?
What the
Looks
hell?
good though.
Why are you playing Connect Four with those carrots? Where are the original
Oh,
carrots?
what are those things?
Cooked for 2.5 hours.
What are those
Carrots with
balls?
the flavour, you donut.
For the love of God, please blow this post
Show me your carrots.
I love you and about.
What were those orange balls? That was
I'm going to
weird.
be showing you how to bougie up this
No.
mac and cheese ready meal.
Bougie up. Chef Sheena, there's no such word. Are you boozed up? Have you been drinking, girl?
And macaroni cheese.
No.
Show me your
Plastic mac and
carrots.
cheese. Oh, a fresh onion. Okay.
So we are going to unravel and
No.
pierce these
No.
Right, I just decided to open it all and shove the
That looks nasty.
Oh, stop
all
it.
the crunchy topping.
Oh, no,
and then
come
I
on.
shoved
Cheesy Wotsits. Come on, a school-time treat.
and grate some
No. Oh, come on. Chef Sheena, you have to be kidding me.
Is that an
Then heat
onion?
up some butter in a pan.
You're not going to reheat it again. Oh, my
Should you make
God.
her?
A
Please
pinch of
respond.
pepper, half a tablespoon of salt,
No.
and some onion gravy.
Where are the Wotsits?
Then add in your pot cooked macaroni.
What is that?
Oh, my God.
Add some extra cheese.
Stop
Add
it.
the crunchy topping.
No, you are kidding me. That looks disgusting. I'd rather eat one of your plastic
That is
nails.
slop. That is slop.
I'm telling you, this is the best thing I've ever had. Ever.
No. Brooke, what are you doing?
Obviously cheese.
Young lady, tomato sauce is the easiest sauce in the world. It's not
Spaghetti.
canned
I like
soup.
spaghetti. I don't know what that shit is. It looks nasty.
No.
Is it curry or something?
Today we're making ultimate
No, stop
Ramen, grilled
it.
cheese.
No such thing.
Ramen,
Late night
grilled
munchie nightmare.
cheese.
Is that a doll in the sink?
There's a doll in the
Are
sink.
you kidding? No. What? Oh, stop it.
Ew.
Cheese. Oh, my God. Oh, come on. Seriously?
Ew.
Oh, for frick's sake. Get. There's only one side down.
Good if done right.
Bread
I'll
side
pass.
down. Donut.
It's probably edible, but I'll pass.
Oh no, more plastic
Like, just
cheese.
eat the cheese sandwich itself.
Oh my God.
This is not necessary.
Stop it.
Just eat the cheese sandwich.
Ramming
I love cheese
on
sandwiches.
toast. Forget it.
But why the ramen?
I'd like to ram that somewhere in the toilet.
Why?
Ugh.
Ketchup? You could just die.
Peyton.
What's with these ketchup
Show me
people,
what you got.
man?
Okay,
My
two
grandpa was weird.
Slices of bread.
He'd
Yeah,
ketchup
nice,
on,
yeah,
like,
love that.
everything.
Okay, good. If you don't make something delicious, then I'll stick those
Almond good cheese
slices
is
of
a
bread on
super
your
poverty
bloody
food.
ears. Butter. Okay, smart. Again.
Step 4. Pause.
No,
What is
stop
that?
it. Sprinkles. No, no.
Sprinkles?
Girl, you've lost the plot. Okay. Ready? Are you serious?
Step 5. Kind of into soldiers.
What?
I like how he's like super dressed
Soldiers
up.
with sprinkles. Girl,
He's at some
you've
event
been
or
out of the ring
something.
too long. You've gone all rusty. Oh, come on. I'm going to stick those slices of bread on your bloody ears. Come
Ew.
on.
What is happening? Well, that's it for Gordon Ramsay videos. Let's see what's next. There was something I wanted. Oh, let's watch this one first. I do like a biscuits. I like biscuits. 100K of cartel cash found in hidden engine compartment. Border town, Laredo. Alright, 1 second. Oh, okay, never mind. Now onwards to more weird videos. I think, was it this one? Let's close that one. Let's watch this one. You guys might like this.
The defendant is 18-year-old Brendan Wazinski, who's
Oh, the Fortnite event? No. Is it over? Because I did not watch it. I didn't get on. Because I wanted to get on with somebody else, but I haven't asked them. If the event's still on, I'll check it out with them, but I'm probably not going to do that on stream. They're not even online. I don't know.
who's charged with impersonating
When does it end?
a sheriff's deputy. 6 months earlier, Wazinski was driving an unmarked car with a police siren when he pulled over a driver for speeding. Albuquerque police officer Danny Anzo came upon the scene and, thinking something off about the situation, decided to check it out.
You gotta talk to her for a minute. Who do you work for? Oh, okay.
This guy's pretending to be a police officer. He looks like he's 16.
I mean, this is all I got. I mean, like I said, I'm under equipped. I was just heading over there to the
I'm under equipped.
Courthouse for what?
to get my crap.
The wannabe cop sticks to his story.
I know it makes no sense. I caught him going 120 down I-40.
The officer has Wazinski hang around while he checks on his story.
Sam 110 down, pity.
While he waits for a response, Enzo casually chats with Wazinski. One officer to sort of another.
And I'm not here to mess with you, man. It's just the thing is, yeah, he was speeding, dude. You could have called it in. And, because if you get into shooting, you're screwed.
Right.
All right, man.
I understand. This, for starters, I know this looks really bad.
Right.
This looks really bad.
Monday
This
clips.
screams whacker.
Right. How long you been on?
About 3 years.
I've never heard that
Been on
term
for
until I
like
saw this
13
video.
years. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but you need to be a little bit more careful, all right? So just do me a favor, hang tight for a second, okay?
Yes, sir.
It sounds like the officer might be letting him go. Not so fast. Enzo requests a supervisor from the Bernalillo Sheriff's Office to come down to the scene. In the meantime, he puts Wazinski in the back of his cruiser.
Do you have anything on you, man? Any weapons or anything? Okay.
Wallet.
That's fine. Just have a seat, all right? All right.
Like, what is the purpose?
It looks like this bizarre game
why
of
would anybody
good
do
cop,
this? It's
fake
so weird.
cop may be coming
Pulling
to an
people
end.
over.
So Wazinski comes
Why?
clean.
Can I talk real quick? Yeah, give me 1 second. What's up, man?
All right. I'm just going to be straight up honest with you. I'm not a cop.
Okay.
Yeah, he's cop
Where'd
LARPing.
you get that badge from?
I bought it offline.
Okay. Do me a favor, stay in here.
It's called
okay?
online, not offline. What is? I don't know.
After discussing the strange
I
situation
bought it
with his
online, not
sergeant,
offline.
Enzo makes the next move.
Back in my car. Hey, Brandon, step out of the vehicle for a second, man. Okay, face the vehicle. At this point right now, you are being under arrest. You understand?
Maybe trying to scam people. Oh, maybe. Like,
Before heading
I'll give you,
downtown,
if you give me $100,
Wazinski
I'll let you
sheds a
go.
few tears in the back seat.
Maybe.
So I need you to lean back a little bit. Thank you.
Can I please help my wife?
How does this little
I'll
kid
give
have
you,
a wife?
when we get to the substation, I'll give you.
That's the weirder
we'll give
part.
you a
This guy
call.
looks like he's like 16, 18. Can I please call my
Wazinski's
wife?
formally
How does this
charged
guy have a
with
wife?
impersonating an officer, a misdemeanor.
He looks like a little kid.
Takes him off to jail.
Yeah, buddy. Can't be pretending to be a cop.
Yeah, I know. I'm stupid.
Lesson
My
learned,
wife.
right?
As they head downtown, the reality of the situation kicks in for this counterfeit cop.
It's one hell of a thought to know that in about 2 minutes I my life pretty damn good.
Instead of fighting the charge, Wazinski pleads no contest. He's sentenced to 1 year of probation.
That's getting
The
off
judge
really
also rules
easy.
he can't carry any
That's getting off
firearms or
really easy for
handcuffs and
impersonating a cop.
must undergo a psychiatric evaluation.
1 year probation.
This
No jail
screams
time.
whacker.
Yeah, like Arsenic said,
As for
maybe
the driver
scamming.
Wazinski pulled over, he was, of course, free to go.
Okay, I pulled you over, you're speeding, give me $300 and I'll let you go. You know, like corrupt cop, basically. He could just become a cop. I don't know what his plan was. Ooh, a straight white man. Hello, greetings. Nice name. I think the servers are down right now. Oh, okay. Alright, next video. Now we get into the weird stuff. Oh, wait, okay, let's get these court ones out of the way. Let's get these court ones out of the way.
Most attorneys will tell
Yeah,
you
really
it's
weird
a pretty
stuff.
smart idea to stay on the judge's good side when arguing a client's case.
Let me rewind that.
Most attorneys will tell you it's a pretty smart idea to stay on the judge's good side when arguing a client's
That
case.
takes effort.
What's not a good idea is to accuse said judge of serious judicial misconduct.
You know there was jury tampering Wednesday. You saw it yourself.
The man dropping that bombshell is Kentucky Commonwealth attorney Larry Rogers. And on the receiving end is Judge Vernon Minyard. And he's not receiving it well.
Let me tell you something, Mr. Rogers. I've never tampered with a damn jury in my life, and don't you ever accuse me of that. Do you understand me?
I heard you, Your Honor.
You better understand me.
See the
Hey,
letter?
don't talk. You better understand me.
Your Honor, there is an investigation. I will let you know.
Well, you investigate me all you want.
I didn't.
I'm not scared of anything, because I have never done anything
You
wrong.
said you did.
Rogers is actually referring to another case he and the judge are involved in, which includes allegations of jury tampering and corruption in Russell County.
He just said if you become a witness, you have to recuse yourself in this matter.
I don't know what I'd be a witness for. All I did was there were some jurors that had to be out.
I'll
yell all I want. This is my court, and I'll do what I want.
I don't know who's in the wrong here, but it's just interesting to see. I don't know who's in the wrong here.
Turns out the allegations had no merit. Rogers himself would later be accused of prosecutorial
What? Another
misconduct.
YouTube sub. Will Luna. What's going on? What the hell? 2 in one day. That's weird.
In several cases, though those claims would also be dismissed.
I'm blowing up.
Thanks
Okay,
for being
so
a fan of.
apparently the allegations held no weight, so lawyers behaving badly. There was another court video. Big numbers, Andy.
For the sentencing of Keith Ferguson. The 40-year-old pled guilty of first and second-degree murder, the killing of his estranged wife, Tiffany Ferguson, as well as her father, James Weber.
Okay, he killed mother and father.
Ferguson
No, wait.
shot his wife in front of their 4 children. Then, as she lay dying, Ferguson took the children to the home of his father-in-law and killed him. The children escaped to a neighbor's while Ferguson forced his way into a stranger's house and barricaded himself before finally surrendering to police. The motive, police believe, was that Tiffany had recently filed for divorce. At his arraignment, Ferguson had nothing but disdain for the judge and the court.
His wife and their father.
When the judge tried to get Ferguson to participate in his own case,
Yeah,
the
in front of the
behavior
kids.
continued.
Or kid.
Can I get you to stand up there at the podium, please? All right, I need to have you raise your right hand for me. Okay, all right.
Just put me back in my cell.
Okay, stop.
I don't
When it
believe
came
in
to
this
Ferguson's
court.
bond, the prosecution argued for the highest amount possible.
The fact that the defendant has already murdered and murdered multiple people and fled and has taken hostages, there's no
Flight
doubt
risk.
in my mind that this particular defendant has a high risk of non-appearance or danger to the public.
The judge agrees.
We have 2 murders. We have issues of flight, home invasion, kidnapping. I'm gonna set it as a $10 million fine.
$10 million!
As part of Ferguson's guilty plea, a number
Jesus.
of felony charges were dropped, including kidnapping and carrying explosives. On the day of his sentencing, Ferguson is much more civil than at previous court appearances. Before Judge George Mertz announces his sentence, Carla Seating, a friend of Tiffany Ferguson, delivers a powerful impact statement.
I knew one day you would kill her. She would always reply, "He loves his kids too much. He won't kill me." Well, we see how much you love them. You love them so much, you murdered their mother and grandfather. Why?
Sag.
You could have just taken your own life and saved these poor kids, their grandmother, friends, and community a horrific pain. Do you have any idea of the emotional pain your kids have suffered and will continue to suffer their entire lives? Your Honor, on behalf of
Absolutely perfect.
and all of Chip's friends and family, please send Keith to prison for life without any chance for parole. Thank you.
Next, it was the defendant's turn to speak, but there are no tears or apologies.
All right, what's he gonna say?
Just sentence me, kill me, whatever. And it involves the children. They think you enough. And it would be good for me to, I don't want them to see me.
Finally, it was time for the judge to hand down the sentence. But first, he had a few words for Ferguson.
May not meet the clinical definition of insanity, but there's clearly something fundamentally wrong with you.
Immaculate hair.
Capable of understanding that intentionally depriving an elderly woman of her husband, her mate for life, and 4 children of your mother, to satisfy your own selfish urges. Justice is something that deserves the most important and serious punishment. You will never again have an opportunity to hurt any innocent people.
He's gone.
You're never again have the opportunity to be free.
GG.
The judge sentenced Ferguson to life in prison with no chance of parole. Thanks for being a fan of Court Cam. Subscribe to A&E.
Alright, YouTube's Darkest Channels 3. Now here's even more weird shit. I don't think I've seen 2.
I'm so sorry that I've done this. I want you to know that you mean everything to me.
A major break in the shooting of...
Oh, hell yeah.
See how mild and good tasting a cigarette can be.
Do you want to know what it's like? Harley, if you hear or read this, please come home.
Hey guys, what's up? It is Harley Dilly.
Our first channel, like many others we've discussed before, doesn't look like much at a glance. It's an account run by a young boy.
I just smoked a minute ago. I'm ready for spooks. Oh, we got spooks coming.
Named Harley Dilly, which served as an outlet for him to post videos about his life, his favorite video games, and even the occasional live stream. And quite honestly, the majority of this YouTube channel seems completely normal. But when looking at this content closer, it becomes more and more apparent that there was darkness lurking behind the scenes. Darkness that would become even more apparent as in December of 2019,
that is a forced smile.
Would vanish.
That's not good. Wait, vanish? Oh shit, come on.
Waiting for her missing son to walk back into her arms.
Tonight marks 7 days since the disappearance
I hope he
of
didn't
14-year-old
die.
Harley Dilly.
Harley Channels goes live on October
Like many
13th,
kids his
2015.
age, Harley was interested in video games, such as Roblox and Madden, and he had been posting videos of himself playing these games since the young age of 10 years old. Over time, Harley would begin to show his audience more and more about his life, with topics ranging from his hobbies to his recent performances at school. And even through this, there was nothing that really seemed to hint at anything dark happening in Harley's life. But over time, a clear trend starts to emerge within these videos, and that is the fact that Harley and his mother would frequently get in arguments.
Super wild happens.
So yesterday, well actually today, my mom and I got into an argument because I didn't want to walk to school. Because I live like 4 blocks and it's like 34 degrees.
34 degrees is the
This is something mentioned multiple times throughout these early videos, and it's nothing all that surprising. I mean, after all, most kids will argue with their parents, and it's likely that Harley was using his channel as an outlet to express his frustrations. But any idea of this being your typical family bickering would soon be thrown out the window in October of 2018, when Harley would hold a now-deleted live stream titled, "I'm Scared."
What's up? It is Harley Dilly. Probably one of my worst days of my life. My mom wanted me to go with her to go get a friend, and I said I don't want to. I have work to do, so I want to go home. We argued for about a good 5 minutes. Then she snapped. She said she was gonna call police, and she said she already did. And she locked me out of the house. So right now I'm outside. Yep, the house is locked.
You called the police for what?
I haven't ate anything, and I still haven't even got to get my work done. My mom's gone. She won't answer the phone. I legit was scared.
Call the police for what?
In the video, we see Harley outside in the cold, as he explains that his mother had threatened to call the police on him over an argument that the two had had. On top of this, his mother also locked him outside of the house without any food or water
I don't know, but it's
on
not
a
gonna be
frigid
good.
October night. Now clearly these aren't really healthy
let's
things
take a
for
drink.
his mother to be
Thank you,
doing,
Dazuka.
especially given the fact that at this time, Harley was merely 12 years old. And this extreme punishment came from a situation that didn't seem all that bad. The whole situation is a major red flag that's made all the more concerning after Harley says the following line.
I just want you guys to wish me good luck because the future could hold bad things for me. I don't want to find out what that could mean.
This kid is so like eloquent. Jeez. What? Wait, what? Like,
wish me good luck because the future could hold bad things for me. I don't want to find out what that could mean.
This kid is like
the relationship
smart.
between Harley and his mother clearly
sad.
comes across as toxic within this video, and this was far from a one-time thing. In fact, in details that would later emerge, it would be revealed that Harley's mother had actually called the police on him on 5 separate occasions, one of which coming when he was only 10 years old.
10 years old?
Now you might take this information and just assume that Harley was a poorly behaved kid. However, in actuality, Harley had ADHD as well as high-functioning autism, 2 disorders that can cause hyperfixation, outbursts, and many of the behaviors that had led to all of these family arguments. And in these situations, Harley is practically powerless to stop his own outbursts or destructive tendencies. And it's really up to his mother to understand this and find a way to help him with these habits. But rather, it's made clear that she would punish him instead. And it's important to add that with these outbursts, I haven't seen anything stating that they were violent or anything physical. Rather, it just seems that they were merely occasional behavioral issues. And this friction-filled relationship extends past just Harley and his mother. On one particular video, we can hear Harley's father, Marcus, yelling and screaming in the background at Harley's mother and 4-year-old sibling because the young child had spilled their drink.
My dad's being an asshole right now, but...
Ah, this poor kid, man.
Now time would go on and these slight moments of concerning behaviors would show up here and there, but for the most part went unseen from his channel. Harley would eventually switch to a brand new page in 2019 called Harley Dilly 2.0, where he continued posting similar content, until eventually, on December 10th, 2019, when he would post a typical looking Madden Mobile gameplay video. A video that would turn out to be one of the darkest on the channel, not because it showcased any family fighting or anything along those lines, but because it would prove to be the last video that Harley would ever make. 1 week later, on December 19th, 2019, Harley would complain of an upset stomach and ask his mother if he could stay home from school. She would not allow him to, however, telling him to, quote, "get your ass to school." And so he left the house, walking towards the school as he always did.
Was he vlogging?
Only this time, he wouldn't make it there. Day would turn to night, and not only had Harley not shown up to school, but he wasn't at his home either. And to make matters worse, it was yet another freezing cold night. Still, Harley's parents did not seem overly worried, as they would end up waiting until the next morning to report their son as missing. Harley's mother, Heather, would take to Facebook in a now deleted post begging people to help find her son, but days would quickly pile up into weeks with no sign of the 14-year-old boy. As search efforts ramped up and the story became national news, people began to stumble across Harley's channel, discovering videos like the "I'm scared" live
what if he said he was going to run away or
many
something?
to question the parents' potential involvement in his disappearance, as it seemed throughout these videos that Harley had been potentially neglected or even abused. This theory was especially prevalent given the fact that they had waited a whole day to report Harley as missing, as well as the cold message that Heather had left Harley with that morning. However, most others believe that Harley had just...
Imagine your kid doesn't come home, your 10-year-old kid. Okay, 6 p.m. Let's say the kid's about to come home. Okay, he's not here. Okay. 8 p.m. Kid's not here. Okay. 10 p.m. The kid's not here. Oh, he's just with his friends. He'll be back. Okay. Midnight. He's not here. Okay. 2 a.m. He's not here. Jesus Christ.
Just ran away under the guise
That's a
of
10-year-old
going
kid.
to school. Either way, authorities had no clue where Harley could have gone, as he just vanished without leaving a trail behind. However, on January 13th, 2020, this would all change. That day, police had searched an empty home across the street, which at the time no one was living in, as it served
like
more as
30
a
minutes,
summer
I'd start
home for the
panicking.
owners. When searching the house, police would find clothing that belonged to Harley,
Testing 1, 2, 3.
including his jacket, sweatpants, a single sock, and slip-on shoes. His glasses were also found lying there as well.
His stuff
It was
is
clear
here.
that Harley had been in that home, but the rooms were all empty, and there was no sign of him at all, other than his clothing. It wasn't until investigators decided to look up the chimney that they would find what they were looking for.
Oh no. He went in there to
Lodged
hide from
within
the
narrow,
cold?
claustrophobic opening was Harley's decomposing body, trapped within its four walls.
Wow.
Coroners would later conclude that he had died of compressive asphyxiation, which
Never like go into a chimney from the top, because they're wide at the top and then they get skinnier at the bottom. So if you ever like lost your keys to your house or something and you went in through the top and you slid down to the bottom, it gets tighter and tighter and your chest basically kills you. Like you kill yourself with breathing.
which happens
With how tight it
when
gets. Because like you breathe, you slip down more. You breathe again, you slip down even more. And then it like crushes your chest basically. This is messed up.
by external pressure of the body. According to official reports, it was believed that Harley had attempted to get inside the locked house, knowing it was vacant, by going through the chimney. Right next to the house stood a telephone pole with prongs like a ladder that he would have likely taken to get up there. Once on the roof, Harley then supposedly attempted to slide down the chimney, an opening that was just 9 by 13 inches. But once halfway down, Harley would become stuck, having just enough room to shed his clothing in an attempt to have just a little bit more space. Unable to climb out of the chimney, and now in a minimal amount of clothing, Harley would have been stuck there in the cold, with virtually no hope of survival, as no one was home to hear his screaming. It would be within that chimney that Harley would slowly suffocate to death.
Yeah, if anybody here remembers the Mr. Ballin channel we watched, there's some stories of this same thing happening. I mean, this is like worse because, I don't know, this is worse.
It's a heartbreaking way to go, but even though this is the official conclusion, there are still many who point blame at the parents, with many even thinking that they were somehow involved. This is not only because of the circumstances seen throughout the channel, but also because of the behavior of Harley's father. While police were frantically searching for Harley, his father had allegedly bragged about the amount of coverage that this case was getting.
Why would you
He
brag
also
about
told his
that?
colleagues that he was taking out a life insurance policy on Harley just a week after he had disappeared, and 2 weeks before his body was found. And when
What?
describing the relationship that Marcus had with Harley, his own son, he described it as strained, saying, "We know each other, and there's a relationship there. He knows I'm his dad and he's my son, but the relationship is rocky." Now honestly, I have never heard a father talk like this about their own son, especially when that son was missing. And so I can understand why people have red flags about the parents, especially with the dark clues left behind on his channel. Plus a slew of other minor inconsistencies throughout the entirety of the case that truthfully would require a full documentary to go over every detail. But ultimately, there is no actual concrete physical evidence that proves that this was anything other than an accident. An accident spurred on as a combination of Harley's autism and his frayed relationship with his parents, a relationship that led to his eventual running away and ultimately his death. And seeing it play out through his channel is an eerie thing, as it subtly hints at the fate that would soon befall him. But in Harley's case, these clues were hidden, buried within a channel that was otherwise nothing out of the ordinary. But this isn't always the case. Sometimes you stumble across a dark channel with nothing
Very
to hide.
Hello. Greetings. We're watching weird videos. Welcome, Variable Goo. You scared me.
And oftentimes, those can be
What were you up to?
the most disturbing.
I didn't know you streamed.
More doctors smoke Camels than any other cigarette.
Well, that was pretty fucked up.
This next channel takes us all the way back to the spring of 2006, a time that was essentially the dawn of YouTube. It's a period that has left behind some of the strangest contents on the site, and through it all was a single forgotten account known as Leather Smoke Me, a channel seemingly dedicated to smoking cigarettes. The page shows a man who rarely speaks, as he finds creative ways to smoke, with his very first upload being called Gas Mask Smokin'.
But yes, welcome Variable Goo and Raiders. We're watching weird videos.
Is quite uneventful, as this man does exactly what the title
I don't know
says.
this one.
He smokes a cigarette with the use of a gas mask. And though it's clearly a fairly extreme way of smoking, it's nothing compared to what we'd see in his following videos. Throughout his first year, this man would smoke cigars out of his nose, smoke multiple cigarettes in his mouth.
I like this guy seriously talking over a silly video. Wait. Is this... I love this cursed vids, always good for laughs. Well, these aren't that cursed. The last video wasn't that funny, but we were watching like Gordon Ramsay shit, but... what do you mean, Titan?
And even a combination of both. It is definitely a strange...
This is silly, but this is kind of a bit more than silly. This is like kind of insane, but you know, that's just my opinion.
All these years later. But in the realm of early YouTube, it was nothing all that crazy. However, as the years would go by, we would see Leather Smoke Me continue to push boundaries and find new ways to smoke more and more.
There's no way this guy doesn't
At one point,
cancer.
He even
yeah, this is like self-destruction as well.
That
yeah.
allowed him to smoke 10 cigarettes at a time. It's really a shocking thing to see, just the way things progressed throughout the early years of this channel, especially knowing the effects that just smoking on an average basis can have on your body. But as time went on, his smoking habits weren't the only noticeable change. In the beginning, we can see that this man looks to be clearly an adult, but definitely isn't all that old. And just
I
based
think he's
off
like
of
13.
the footage provided, he seems to be in decent
Pushing the boundaries
health,
of smoke
or at least
content.
as healthy as someone
he's probably gonna
can
kill himself,
be
like,
with the lifestyle he was living.
Too much smoke and he
But
dies.
as time goes
I bet.
on, his appearance starts to slowly change. He begins to look much older, with noticeable paleness and aging within his face. And along with this, his appearance becomes much more fragile, to the point where this man looks to be completely withered, even having a noticeable bandage on his neck in his later videos.
Why?
And all this happened in the span
He
of
looks like
just
60
a
here.
few years. Yet it seems like
Few
he's
years?
aged
What?
a lifetime.
What? He looks 60.
At 2011, Leather Smoke Me just looks like a shell of a person, but he just kept on
Holy
smoking
fuck.
and uploading
He looks
these videos.
70 years,
I mean, his
75.
upload frequency was pretty crazy, considering
78.
that in just 5 short years, he would post around 229 videos, without ever taking any major time away. Something that is somewhat surprising, especially for a channel as small as Leather
disturbing.
Smoke
It's
Me.
not silly.
But nonetheless, he seemed
If you
to
got
just
7
love
cigars
making
in your
these
head
videos, and he just
being
kept on
smoked,
smoking.
there is a big problem.
Until
That's not
video
silly.
195.
5 years. It's almost
In
like
it,
smoking
we see
extreme
the
amount of cigarettes is really bad for
unrecognizable
you.
man smoking a single cigarette while listening to Lady Gaga's Alejandro. By the ending, the song finishes, and he attempts to speak to his audience, but his words are impossible to understand.
What?
The video was posted
He
on
only said one
July
word, I didn't hear
10th,
it.
2011,
I didn't
with
hear
the
what he said.
caption, "Still here and still smoking." This would be the final video he'd ever post. The red flags here are obvious. An obsessive smoker who was withering before our eyes and just randomly stopped posting on a channel that was so clearly one of his life's passions. It's not hard to speculate
I don't
on
know
what
what
became
I don't
of
know
him.
what to say.
And just
I
by
don't know.
following the trail he left behind, the evidence confirms my dark
Still here
suspicion.
and still smoking.
In a video uploaded on
Ripped.
January 31st of 2011, we see this smoker looking especially ill, something that is confirmed by his description, where he says, "My return after cancer surgery." He elaborates more on this in the following video when he writes, "Hey guys, after a 6-month battle with oral cancer, I'm still here and still smoking. Dave." With this information, we know that Dave had cancer, a cancer likely caused by his rampant smoking. Yet even through a major surgery, he was still continuing to smoke these cigarettes, doing the very thing that likely led to his failing health in the first place.
Still smoking.
And as it turns out, the cancer would prove to be fatal. I wanted to let Dave's friends on here know that he passed away last night. I have good memories of our friendships over the last 11 years, and he will be missed. This comment, along with multiple others on the channel, addressed to Dave,
He isn't going
all
to let a
seem
little
to
thing like
confirm
cancer
what
keep
many
him
of
from
us were
love.
thinking, that Dave had passed away after
He didn't
posting
seem like,
this final video.
from
It's a
what we
channel that is
see, he wasn't like a
probably
bad
as
guy.
dark as it gets. A man documenting the
But it's
literal
just like,
thing that would end up taking his
just
life. And it's so
dumb.
saddening seeing his addiction get to the point that even though he knew it was going to kill him, he just kept on smoking. It's almost as if this channel shows a man in a 5-year-long suicide.
Yeah, basically.
Although this channel is dark in and of itself, there's a whole other side to this all that might make things even more disturbing. And it's something that initially I had completely missed until I read the following comments. The thread reads, "Smoker with cancer, such a frail man in his late 40s. He loved to smoke." Someone then responds with, "Exactly correct. The man ruined his life. I love it." The original commenter then replies, "Me too. Love the damage that Dave inflicted on his lungs. So f***ing hot. I'm pretty much following in his footsteps. I have an insatiable craving for my smoke." It's a alarming set of comments, as it's almost as if these people were sexualizing
This is
Dave's
weirder
death
than the eyeball
and the
licking.
fact that the smoking had caused this horrible cancer. And it's made even stranger when the commenter says he wanted to follow in his footsteps.
This is weirder than the eyeball
shit. It could have easily
shit.
been chalked up to as a troll, until you realize that throughout many of his videos, even in the beginning, there were similar sexualized comments, with people saying stuff like, "Hot as hell, just missed some lung spit. Hot mate, be great for you to do more vids where we can hear the cough and the wheeze. Hearing that is the hottest thing of all. Keep smoking hard, fella."
What the fuck?
And, he was starting to show his illness a bit here, with his sunken eyes and getting skinny. Cancer god. Love it when smokers' cancer starts to shrivel them up. Even in YouTube standards, this is a strange comment section, and it's clear that people were viewing Dave's cancer and his death as sexually appealing. And after watching this video, I then realized
in like a
that
bondage
Dave's
suit.
entire channel was
The fuck?
seemingly meant to be fetishized, as he posts videos of himself showing off his gut and his wheeze for his audience, knowing that they're enjoying it in a sexual way.
A 60-year-old guy
Even at
profile
one
pic.
point posted this fairly disturbing clip where he has someone wrapped in latex completely with a
this
gas
is
mask
obviously
on,
fetish
and then
shit.
forces them to smoke. All the while he touches himself in a sexual way that I'm clearly not going to show. But this is definite fetish material. And further going off that, he even subscribed to and linked to a number of other smoking channels that were obvious fetish pages
He killed
as well,
himself for content?
that followed the same mold as him, and he went as far
Attention
as
and
to put
content?
these accounts on his home page. And of the 4 separate channels that he links to that showcase other obsessive smokers, none of them have uploaded in years, making me wonder if they suffered from a similar fate. But ultimately, it proves that Dave created this channel not simply as a hobby, but as a fetish as well. Now, having a smoking fetish is a fairly common thing, but it's easy to tell that this is very different than just that, as these people seem to be aroused by the most disturbing parts of smoking, the coughing, the wheezing, and the eventual cancer and death.
That is
Now,
the
I've heard
weirdest
fetishes
fetish.
where people like to watch others destroy their body, typically from overeating, to the point where they become obese and handicapped, along with others who fetishize the idea of doing that to themselves. They like the feeling of their own body shutting down slowly over time, thanks to their destructive behaviors. Although this is something that I wasn't really sure actually existed. But watching this channel, I can't help but wonder if Dave was into something similar. Maybe he liked the idea of his body decaying due to his smoking. And
that is the weirdest thing ever. Just think, after 9 years, your death can be an accumulation of disturbed. Yeah, you can be on this guy's channel. You can be on Miss Nick Crowley's channel, or maybe an expo video.
That's why he did it so obsessively, and continued to do it even when his health began to fail.
Yeah, he did call it.
So maybe this was the end game all along with this fetish. But either way, it's
I thought it was
dark
just
no matter
destructive
what.
personality.
Because on one hand, it may have been his overarching goal to end his life by way of cigarette smoking. But on the other hand, if it wasn't, then you just have a group of people who are sexualizing this man's cancer and ultimately his death. But judging by his descriptions and his frequent upload schedule, it's hard to believe that he wasn't at least aware of his audience, even posting videos especially for specific users who left comments making special requests.
I'll full screen in a second.
For his followers, Dave's passing was ultimately something they expected. But for our next channel, the disturbing mark that they would leave came out of nowhere. It was an account that featured sparse and practically unwatched content. The channel's name was Big Money T.
Big Money
T!
Featured
just a select few videos by a man named Trent Pashal. Over the course of the next 5 years...
Oh, that guy's gonna die. Oh, Nicocavo Avocado. Just imagine the fucking videos that are gonna be up about his downward spiral. Nicocado, I know they already exist, but then the ones when he dies.
It seemed the thing that he would film most was his RC cars and family trips, showcasing his 2 young children, as well as his wife, Savannah. It was the type of content that someone puts on YouTube, so they can look back on and remember their good times with the family. The channel would remain active up until late October of 2020, when it would take the ultimate turn for the worst. Trent would upload a video titled simply by his daughter's full name, as the video was directed at both of Trent's children, as he apologized to them, further stating that this was their mother's fault and that he had caught her cheating.
I was about to mention Nick too. Everyone is gonna rush to make one. No, arsenics. They're in the process already. The videos are definitely already made up to a certain point. Let's say 80%. Then when he dies, like, they just add in all the news, like, Nicocavo Avocado suffered a heart attack today. And then the videos are done. All they gotta do is add news clips of him dying. I don't know, man. I think they're already edited, so they can be like the first one to get it out. What fucks me up is that I used to be really fat and lost a ton of weight over a few years. So watching him do the reverse is just like some nightmare. Oh, good for you though, for losing the weight. New and tasty 6 house. Elliot Rogers back from the dead. Greetings. The Popeye's chicken sandwich bed shitting video used to show his death spiral. Wait, the Popeye's chicken sandwich bed shitting? I did not see that, and I don't want to see that.
I'm recording this because I want my daughter to know that I love you.
I have been unfaithful?
Pascal, I'm so sorry that I've done this. I want you to know that you mean everything to me. I didn't choose this. Your mom chose this. She's been cheating on me for a long time.
Okay.
I didn't do nothing wrong to her.
Okay.
It's a clip that you can tell is deeply personal and probably not something that should be posted for everyone to see, as at first many would likely assume that this was...
Have they mentioned Elliot Rogers yet? Because he was the best Comedy Central channel. No, we're not. We haven't seen any Elliot Rogers today, but I think everybody knows all about him already. Yeah, maybe Dazagog. He killed one or the other. Comedy Central, yeah, that's a bit, I don't know. Ellie Rogers isn't that interesting to me. I saw one video about him, and I don't really care to hear about him again.
Regards to a potential divorce or something
No,
along
I'm
those
not.
lines.
I'm
But
not
in
Christian.
actuality, what Trent was talking about was far more twisted. On October 21st, 2020, the very day that the video was posted, Trent would hide in the
That's also it. He's just kind of uninteresting, even doing what he did. He's just, he's not interesting. He's not even worth talking about.
shower of his bathroom, waiting for his wife Savannah to come home. Once Savannah had entered the bathroom, Trent would jump out, pulling a gun and firing twice, hitting her in the stomach. Savannah would later pass away due to her injuries. Immediately after the murder, Trent would post this video to his children, apologizing for murdering their own mother, while at the same time blaming her for all this happening.
Well, I would like to believe Elliot. There's just a lot of reasons not to.
Put everything into this relationship. I have done nothing to your mom. I've never hit her. I've never hurt her. I've never called her names.
Throughout the video, Trent appears to cry on multiple occasions, although no tears actually fall.
I haven't done anything wrong. I'm like, why me? My hair's a mess and I look horrible. Oh, sorry. Take these off.
And it comes across as completely emotionless, as he shows no remorse for killing his wife and the
he made a video after?
It's also
Dry
made
crying
all the
does
more
exist.
disturbing, as he's clearly more focused on his hair and his looks.
Yeah, I knew he was.
All the while
Like,
he
I look
swears
like
up
shit.
and down that he is a good man.
I'm hurting so bad.
You can run out of tears, I'm pretty
sure. I
sure.
didn't do nothing wrong to her.
But
I provided what I could. I've done what I could for her. I've done nothing but good for her.
I'm trying to read his facial expressions.
And I've treated y'all good. I've done good things for y'all.
I can't make
After
heads
the
or
video
tails.
would go live, Trent would then call Savannah's aunt to confess to his crime, and then take off from the home. Police would later find Trent at a local Walmart, where he would pull a gun, but before he could shoot, authorities would open fire, striking the man in 3 separate places. And though being in critical condition, he would go on to survive these injuries, and is currently awaiting trial. It's a shocking crime and an equally as shocking video, especially given the fact that it was addressed to his young children, who now are without their mother. I mean, the whole situation is just wrong. But there is one more detail that makes this video even more disturbing. Throughout this final post, Trent can be seen looking to the right very often in a clearly nervous manner until the end when something catches his attention, causing him to grab the phone and run into a dark room before the recording would suddenly stop.
What am I
watching?
watching?
At first, I honestly thought that he was just nervous about the police coming and catching him. But in actuality, I don't think that that's the case. Instead, I think that his nervous looks to the side were being done in anticipation to his wife arriving at home. I say this because when he eventually gets up to hide, it sounds like someone had entered the house.
Love me like your own.
And when he walks into this dark room and shuts the camera off, you can clearly hear what seems to be the movement of a shower curtain. This sound is definitely noteworthy, considering the fact that Trent had hid in his shower before killing his wife. So I personally believe that this whole video was premeditated, and rather than this being filmed right after the murder, he filmed this immediately before, as he likely shot and killed Savannah just moments after stopping the recording. It's a revelation that makes his demeanor all the more surprising, as he shows no remorse, regret, or even that much nervousness for that matter, despite knowing what he's about to do. The video itself quickly went viral, as the story became a national talking point, which led to YouTube stepping in and removing Trent's channel altogether, stating multiple community guideline breaches. However, today, this twisted clip can still be found, circulating throughout the site. And as is the case with each of these 3 channels, the videos they have all left behind elicit that same uneasy feeling when you watch them back today, knowing the fate that would soon befall each of them. But out of all these channels, none of them quite match how visually creepy our final page is. The channel's name is Francine Dancer, and before I can even begin to describe her videos, just have a look for yourself.
How is it surprising there's a good 100 people pulling the same trick? You didn't get me this time, Panini. What is this? Oh, it's a doll.
That was a clip taken from her 2010 video called Tomstat Blues 088.avi that plays out the bizarre scene of a cat-stuffed animal playing a keyboard, as well as a lady named Francine playing the guitar and singing. But out of all the elements of this decade-old video, it's clear which one is the most concerning. Highlighted within this clip is this
it doesn't look like an ARG to me.
Figure standing nearly motionless. However, there are certain moments where it appears to be moving, likely as a result of Francine dancing alongside it. It's unclear upon initial viewing what exactly this thing is, but the way it just stands there in such a limp manner implies that whatever it is, it's likely not alive. It's a figure that makes this video extremely unpleasant to watch, and as we're about to see, this wasn't the only clip that would feature it. In fact, in her very next upload, Francine gives us a closer look.
If I saw that thing in my living room, I would charge it. What the fuck? What is that?
It's something to me that appears completely unrecognizable. I mean, the figure does look very mannequin-like. However, this face is like no other mannequin I've ever seen. It looks dirty,
it looks wooden,
almost decrepit. And to make things even darker,
it looks
this
wooden.
Thing appears to be hung by the ceiling.
Cute little guy.
Francine would go on to post 4 total videos featuring this thing before abandoning the channel altogether, having gone unnoticed by the majority of the platform.
Yeah, it looks like that, but that seems...
Well, that was until just recently, when some of these clips were picked up and shared across TikTok, throwing the channel and its strange contents into the
realistic,
limelight.
it's doable since it's a head.
Without context,
yeah, the body,
the
body doesn't
with the majority looking to the comments for guidance as to what was happening within these videos. And there, many would share the supposed story of Francine. The story goes that Francine used to be a star on TV before the partner she performed with eventually passed away, essentially ending the show that the two had made together, and thus ending.
That reminds me of some crazy Mr. Ballin videos.
Francine's lifelong dream of becoming an actress. This would cause Francine to suffer a mental collapse, leading her to steal the body before it was buried, hiding it within her home. Once there, she would film these videos to relive the show that they once had in a desperate showing of denial, until eventually police would intervene and take the body back, leading to the arrest of Francine.
Her face is...
Now, normally, something as outlandish as this could easily be chalked up as an internet myth. But in actuality, someone would link to a separate video posted back in 2007, and in it we see her performing with a tall, lanky man who has the same body type as this The figure is always shown wearing a bleach blonde wig, which one would imagine that if this man were to wear a similar wig, then the resemblance would certainly be there. It's a story that is extremely haunting, and if true, would certainly be one of the darkest internet mysteries found to date. But in actuality, it's really anything but. Just by doing some light research, it's revealed that Francine Dancer was in fact a star on TV.
Don't worry about that tag.
But not in the traditional sense. It seems that
There's
Francine
cameras
had
on that
starred
thing. I
in a
didn't know.
number of public
There's cameras on
access
the Hollywood
television
sign.
shows in LA, where she would become somewhat of a household name thanks to these bizarre shows that she would put together. And these
Makes
shows
sense.
were
I didn't
very
know though.
similar to what we see on her YouTube page, and not just from a content perspective. They are all similar because they both feature the same figure.
Ugh.
And the show didn't just run more than a decade ago. It seems that it was actually active as of 2018. And within the clip, we can see Francine dance with not only that notorious lifelike mannequin, but with a new one as well. It's a revelation that completely disproves the myth that this thing was actually a corpse. A theory that baselessly spread around thanks to a few people trying to get a cheap scare out of it. But even though this is the case, what is the actual purpose of this? What are we actually watching here? Well, in other clips posted to YouTube, we see that this figure's name is actually Starry Dancer. It is essentially just a dressed up and painted mannequin. In one episode, Starry is even described as Francine's boyfriend. But ultimately, it seems pretty clear that this is all just an act. It's not an ARG or anything that's meant to be scary. It's just a bizarre, funny show that was really only made creepy due to its lack of context and false stories. And sure, the mannequin is still quite creepy, but the strangeness of it all has helped to propel Francine into a household name for many.
So it's literally
while
nothing.
Being completely
What the hell?
harmless.
What?
There's always more to a YouTube channel, and whether it be in a
It was
positive
nothing.
or negative
All right.
way, what we see is never really the whole story. And oftentimes, the pages that seem the scariest end up being the most harmless. It's the accounts that are hidden, buried in a sea of normalcy, that typically hold the darkest secrets. And after 3 installations of this series, I can confidently say that we're just getting started. And I can only imagine what we'll uncover next.
Ooh.
Thank you to my gold tier patrons and my amazing god tier patrons. Alfred, Donovan Aaron, Kaylee Kilcrease, Catherine Ross, Lacey, Mark PH, Max Jones, Michelle S, Nathan Backus, Raven the Nightwing, Sam Litvey, Sub to Micro O, Unblended Korchnoi, and
what
Tracy
he said about small channels interests me. Watch YouTube Unsolved. No, we're at the last videos I'm gonna watch. They're in the tabs. Send me a YouTube Unsolved video. I'll check it out right now. Let me link you guys something. This website is called Petit Tube. It shows you random, extremely low view channels. No, low view videos. Maybe like 2 views, 30 views. Really low view. It shows you like a random video. It could be something like completely uninteresting. That feels like a rabbit hole. It could be. I've never spent more than like a minute on it though. I'll just show you guys this for a second. Execution videos? I'd hope not. Seems. Oh. I'll spend like a minute on it to show you guys. You can see the name Petit Tube. Petit Tube. If you ever want to check it out, you just press this thing right here. It'll take you to the next video. That looks boring. Okay, I don't know why that scares me. I'm done. I'm done there. I get creepy vibes. Okay, now we're going to BitChute. And let's check out Mouthy Buddha.
Almost everyone I've come into contact with has a pejorative stance on Zuckerberg's incoming metaverse.
Spend your entire life, from the time you're a little kid, interacting with screens. What if those screens are getting increasingly sophisticated so that they are interacting with you in ways that humans would? What if you get to be whatever, like, we're a society, we were just talking about this, where you get to be whatever you want to be? What if there's a world where you actually can't?
Random Indian woman, yeah, because I felt it's a premonition of bad things to come.
Can be, and everybody sees you the way you want to be seen. Would you rather live there where you're like rich and good looking and
Hell yeah.
everybody likes you, or would you rather live in the real world where you're disconnected from all of that and you end up with like Ready Player One world? I think
This is understandable, as the birth of this new world is coming from a person no one trusts, a person whose humanity so rarely, if ever, can be seen through his blank, expressionless face.
Houston, please call station for a voice check.
All right, station, this is Mark Zuckerberg at Facebook. Can you hear me okay?
VTubers.
Hey, Mark, we read you loud and clear.
Even Ben hates Ready Player One. I haven't seen that. What's it about? I think it looked interesting, but I didn't see it.
It's a pleasure to talk with you today.
It's difficult to pinpoint exactly what Zuckerberg does or doesn't do. That makes one feel so strange.
It sucks. I see.
When observing his apparent inability to just be normal.
Is that his wife?
I'm a dad now. This is what I listen to. Jarvis.
What? I'm a dad now. This is what I listen to. It's cheesy, I guess. It's like some guy's self-insert video game fan fiction. It's about 80s movies references.
Also likes to join our family for playtime. Who should we tickle next?
Why is he like this?
Max.
Why is he so weird? What has this guy experienced? Cringiest possible fan wank about VR. I'd probably watch it.
Can you circle all the traffic lights, please?
What is that smile? What the fuck?
Strangeness aside, when it comes
genuinely
to the metaverse,
embarrassing,
which will be explained a bit later, it seems the very idea of a hyper-realistic virtual world
what happened to this guy,
makes
man?
people uncomfortable.
This is a crazy idea that you're going to give your life to some sort of augmented or virtual reality world that's created by a guy who's involved in this company whose algorithms are sowing the seeds of distrust and hate all through. But now we're going to fucking let him take over what you see and feel.
Metaverse. This is. You know, I used to always.
I don't know who this guy is.
Jetsons and hear conspiracy theories talk
seems
about
interesting
stuff,
person.
I'm really starting to get concerned on what direction are we really going.
Today, we're going to talk about...
That is weird. That is so weird. What is that, dude? Come on. What is...
Starting with the most important experience of all. Sweet baby rays.
Why is everyone so instinctively negative and pessimistic toward the metaverse?
It's kind of feels like a legit response at the same time.
All of the negative things that we see through technology are inevitable creations. They were going to happen regardless, whether if it was Mark Zuckerberg or somebody else from across the world, it was going to get created.
When defining the metaverse, I'm not sure anyone has a truly firm understanding of what it is.
Zuck is somehow more human.
Certainly the scope of which remains to be seen. The creators of the metaverse, however, define it as, quote, the virtual world that will usher in the next phase of the internet. This is a bold claim.
Pablo
Essentially,
wants to play.
the metaverse is a 3D world you'll be able to turn on and tap into. A virtual space that, according to Zuckerberg, will sooner than later appear close to photorealistic.
I mean, it's not going to be 4 decades before we have photorealistic avatars like this. So I think we're much closer to that. The thing that's different
That's creepy
about
coming from Zuck.
Virtual,
probably knows some
hopefully
things.
augmented reality compared to all other forms of digital
This is gonna turn into New World Order conspiracy shit. I don't know.
platforms before is this feeling of presence.
I don't think so.
Right, the feeling that you're
I think it's just about
that you're
VR.
in an experience and that you're there with other people or in another place.
It's just about the
And
metaverse.
That's just different from all of the other screens that we have today.
According to Medium, eventually we'll be connected to the metaverse all the time, extending our senses of sight, sound, and touch, blending digital items into the physical world, or popping into fully immersive 3D environments whenever we want. That family of technologies
Why is he a
known
hologram?
collectively as extended reality, or XR.
So what we're doing is we're taking tracking data, in this case from the Stipe Red Spy system that's mounted on the camera, and that's feeding into the Disguise media server. We're then reading that positional data, and we're using that to render content from the perspective of the camera.
So I see mixed reality as another string in the bow of the creative
Disguise.
professional who wants to make something special for a new environment, where suddenly you want to make the real stage fall away and you're presented with a completely new world.
That's so spry. Oh, that looks creepy.
But I'm here to argue that our universal fears of the metaverse are largely misguided, stemming from a hyperbolic imagination of what these so-called virtual realities will ultimately become for us. The unknown scares us. Every generation fears technological innovation. While some of our historical fears have been justified, the creation of the atomic bomb, for example, most fizzled out entirely. Having the chance to tap into an imaginary world built by code should be just fine, so long as we stay close to what matters most, which is to foster lasting relationships in the real world. The existence of a metaverse doesn't take this away from us, because ultimately it's up to us on how we decide to use this technology. Furthermore, the idea that in our lifetimes we'll be existing in photorealistic separate worlds, with all real life being augmented by goggles or contact lenses,
my video's paused.
Almost certainly not the case.
I don't know if I necessarily buy
I'm having that net issues.
this metaverse stuff. Although people talk to me a lot about it. It's Web3, like, sure, you can put a TV on your nose. Yeah. I'm not sure that makes you in the metaverse, And it's like weird, when I grew up, it was like, don't sit too close to TV, it's gonna ruin your eyesight. Right. And now I got TV is like literally right here. I'm like, what? So
I guess what I'm getting at is
Musk is hard to understand.
The negative implications, the kind of dystopian implications that some are drawing out. Like, I think it was.
Is it just
I think Jack Dorsey was really critical of the whole metaverse idea. You see problems with people
I don't know.
living in a virtual world and leaving the physical world for that. And
I don't see someone strapping a friggin' screen to their face all day and not wanting to ever leave. It seems no way. Yeah. I mean, does it feel like that to you? It doesn't seem like that to me. Yeah.
He speaks a certain way.
It gets uncomfortable to have this thing strapped to your head the whole time.
It definitely needs to be lighter.
Yeah, if it was like super light, it'd still be like, I don't know. It's not like you want to be there all day. So, I think we're far from disappearing into the metaverse.
But what about our children's lives?
Yeah, he's mumbling.
Or our children's children's? Surely by then, virtual worlds will become indistinguishable from our own. And by then, many of our deepest concerns
I mumble,
regarding the addictive and
I can mumble when I get lazy with speaking, but if I'm on camera, I'll try to speak a little more. Who cares about the children video? Wait, what?
destructive potential of these technologies will create an unbelievably chaotic world for generations to come. These problems will almost certainly exist in the same vein as all current addictions exist today. If you're worried about bringing up a child because of the metaverse, you should also be worried about the possibility they could be an addict, or a shopaholic, or get their hearts broken, or be born into a world that's full of pollution and disease. Simply include the metaverse and augmented reality among the pantheon of existing addictions and afflictions, and you'll have some idea of how most people are going to interact with the technology. It's just like all activities, which can become destructive. Most will enjoy them responsibly, while others cannot. Something tells me that our culture is so reflexively doom and gloom that any novel technological invention at all will seem terrifying and dystopian to us. And it's this newfound collective instinctual pessimism that interests me much more than anything Zuckerberg is cooking up. After all, how much responsibility do we place onto ourselves as consumers of these products? The way things sound now, it seems we absolve ourselves completely of all moral responsibility and place ourselves at the mercy of big tech, like a doomer's self-fulfilling prophecy. We feel we deserve to be addicted to empty consumerism because deep down we've convinced ourselves that we're unable to avoid it. But this just isn't true.
Negativity is easy.
You can exact your actions as you see fit and conform to the dictates of the best version of yourself, the person deep down that fundamentally understands the difference between right and wrong. So that when a metaverse does come rolling around, and it's everything it said it was going to be, you can decide for yourself whether or not you think you can handle such an endeavor. The way I see it, it's inevitable that a kind of convergence
Are you vampire?
of
Yeah, I am
worlds
vampire.
and our physical worlds will occur. This is going to happen. The key is not to simply oppose this notion on face value, but to understand why we genuinely fear this incoming convergence in the first place. For the most part, while I think our worries are misguided, I'm certainly sympathetic to the growing cultural mistrust toward the technocratic gods residing above us. These institutions continue to make all
my
the
brain
wrong
is too
moves
small to understand this
to
crap.
censor important dissident opinions. They have their tentacles lodged inside every Western institution worth caring about.
Is Keanu Reeves the John Wick guy as well?
It's no wonder we're all terrified.
Their business model is about giving you more and more affirmative, narrower and narrower views of reality, which fundamentally means as you crank the machine, it starts shredding reality into these narrower and narrower views for each of us, which polarize and divides society. That's the fundamental operation
I have not seen
the
The
business.
Matrix.
Perhaps the difficult question is this: is the metaverse dangerous? Or does humanity itself have a dark side? One it's been wrestling with long before big tech was born. I say these things for the same reason I take issue
I haven't seen
Ted
The Matrix.
Kaczynski's manifesto, Technological Slavery. Now, this book is brilliant. It's a brilliant read. In particular, Kaczynski's critique of modern leftism is just about as sophisticated a takedown of the kind of helpless, self-defeating psychology that plagues the mind of many progressives today. But his views on technology left me wanting more, much more. Because Kaczynski refused to blame humanity for his stated ills of the Industrial Revolution. Instead, he placed sole focus on technology as a uniquely corrupting evil force. I think this is confusion. Kaczynski leaves out the relationship between humans and technology, therefore severing any semblance of personal ownership over our actions, leaving a void of addictive nihilism in its wake.
What is this?
Technology is a tool.
Airbus.
Tools can be used for good or for bad. Figuring out how to improve our relationship with technology, not absolve ourselves from it, is the only viable solution when attempting to build a better world. So rather than feeling hopeless about the metaverse, or virtual reality, or technology generally,
watch the first Matrix and skip the sequels if you ever plan to watch them.
Relationship with it. At this point, it's essentially a
Ew,
marriage,
that's nasty.
which means it's vital to create more positive habits and assist others to do the same. Or you can stay a doomer. The choice of which I leave to you.
Alright, that was a bit too giga brain for me to understand.
If this video was useful to
completely.
you, please consider supporting them at my Subscribe Star or my Patreon. Thank you, and see you soon.
Elite Human Trafficking Volume 6. P Politicians. That's actually the next video after this one.
Buying Twitter. Apparently, before I get into
a lot of words to say, not a lot, is pretty much BitShoot.text.
What Elon...
Yeah, we're just checking out the videos. I like Melly Buddha. He got banned off YouTube.
Musk buying Twitter apparently does or does not mean for the world. I wanted to briefly touch on an interesting development that I'm just now hearing about, which is that since Elon's Twitter deal has unofficially
banned for what? Too much pizza stuff, like the Pizzagate like videos and like the politicians, like the Clintons and all that.
Gone through. Twitter leftists and even some celebrities are bleeding followers, many of whom in the hundreds of thousands. And Twitter conservatives are gaining followers in a similar measure.
Elon Musk
I think Ben
Twitter.
Shapiro said that he's received like over
Is this all
200,000 new followers. Just
wait, I think this might be all a widescreen.
Oligarchs.
Okay, I don't want to hurt nobody's eyes. I think everybody knows about this already. All right, should we watch this video? This is a sus video. Should we watch it? Elite Human Trafficking, Volume 6. Should we check it out? It could be, yeah. I don't know, should we give it a shot? This could be dangerous. I don't know what's in here. I'm just wondering how long it'll take for him to blame the Jews for something. I don't know.
Admittedly,
all right, let's see what
as
happens.
it pertains to the elite, and the apparent operations they construct, and their ostensible ability to evade prosecution, I'm impressed. How have they become so powerful? Or perhaps a better question, how did they become so evil? Is power,
Jesus,
by its very nature, a requisite to
that scared me.
I'm not sure. I am sure, however, that when it comes to human trafficking, it's not, as it pertains to America, for example, about Democrat versus Republican, but good versus evil.
I don't know, this is too scary.
Too often those of us closest to this subject matter conflate its findings with an interpretation of partisanship. This is a problem, because it jeopardizes our ability to transcend the political and unify under a single banner with the intent to help those who most desperately need it. The following video will be an attempt to prove this point. I'll start with a question. In America...
I don't know. I don't want to... Oh, might be too much. This might be too much. I don't know. Society. I mean, video, if you're trying to sell me an anarchist state, alright. The internet's darkest corners. This is a sus video. Yeah, I think we might have to skip it. I think I will skip it for now. I have not seen it. I don't know what's in it, though. The internet's darkest corners. Daredevil, Terminal, Impossible Situation, Final Photographs. I am not good at speaking. 1 second. I think we'll watch one more. At least 10 minutes. Okay. What do you guys want? Live PD. Wait, spooky one? What? The internet's darkest corners? Elite's human trafficking. The disturbing Hotel Henry. Live PD. Alright, which one? Darkest corners? I'm okay with that. Anybody else want to pick? Anybody else want to pick a video? Darkest corners. I need that spooky shit. Alright. I'll have to check this one out later.
Throughout my time here on YouTube, I've spent countless hours searching for dark, obscure content from all across the web. And out of all my morbid findings, only about 1% of them have actually been turned into videos. This happens for a few reasons, like some of the material being just too disturbing or too graphic to talk about. But mainly, it's because a lot of these topics I found don't really warrant a full video, at least not on my channel. Okay. So rather than just holding on to these topics forever, I decided to start a new series here and share.
Hang on, the puppy channel. Let me show you. It's I've already seen it, and it's or I don't know. Okay, we can watch it together after this one. But if most of you have already seen it, we can skip it. It's YouTube's fake rescue channel. Yeah, New and Tasty 6 House is explaining it. Putting animals. Okay, yeah, we can watch it.
With you all the chilling internet content that I've compiled throughout the years and will continue to compile for years to come. So join me in this new venture as we dive into the internet's darkest corners. Before we dive into this, I have to give a huge shout out to our amazing sponsor, Shudder.
Your sponsors do not matter to me.
You'll decide the ultimate winner, and some things you just see.
It's been over 15 years since the premiere of the now hit show America's Got Talent, a competition program centered around finding the top entertainers in the country. But despite the show's huge popularity, I was surprised that I hadn't heard about its upcoming spin-off, which was set
Britain's
to
Got
air
Talent?
fairly soon. The show is called AGT Extreme, which focuses solely on daredevil acts, a premise that has subsequently caused a bit of a stir online, as having a competition focused on extreme stunts means that people will take things further and further to
I'm
win,
gonna be sick.
which would lead
What
to their
the fuck was
performances
that?
getting riskier and
Oh
riskier
my
over
God.
time, pushing the
That
envelope
was
and heightening the
disgusting.
danger. With this in mind, many critics have called out the show
Oh my
for how
God, that was
dangerous it could
horrible.
become. And as it turns out, even before the first episode has made it to air, these critics may have already been proven right. On the 15th of October 2021, TMZ would publish an article outlining an incident that had recently happened.
Oh God. This is telling people the opposite of old, don't try this out.
On the set of the show. The accident supposedly
Somebody
involved
died on
41-year-old
show.
Jonathan Goodwin, a man who had performed on
Couldn't get on TV
AGT
trying this
before,
backyard
where he
stunt.
attempted other life-threatening challenges, all of which had gone off without a hitch, but this time was different. The article wrote, Jonathan Goodwin, a daredevil stuntman on the new America's Got Talent Extreme, suffered brutal injuries after a stunt he
It was so
attempted
bad,
went horribly wrong.
people thought he was
And it was
dead.
so bad, people on set thought he was dead.
Okay, Daredevil. Okay.
The article would then go on to explain the stunt that Jonathan had attempted to perform and how exactly it all went wrong. Goodwin was suspended 70 feet in the air in a straitjacket, hanging by his feet from a wire.
Oh, I'm gonna be sick. So kind of like Jackass. I think someone died in Jackass too. I did not hear of that. But I'm not up to date on my Jackass lore. I have to read this to just process what I'm seeing. Suspended 70 feet in the air in a straitjacket, hanging by his feet from a wire. 2 cars were suspended on either side of him. Oh my God. Swinging back and forth. The stunt was for Goodwin to free himself from the restraints and then fall on an air mattress and avoid getting crushed by the cars as they swung in the air. Holy.
2 cars were suspended on either side of him,
That
swinging
is
back
so
and
dangerous.
forth. The stunt was for Goodwin to free himself from the restraints, and then fall on an air mattress and avoid getting crushed by the cars as they swung in the air. Then something
That is
went
so
horribly
dangerous.
wrong, and the cars smashed
Oh
together,
boy,
sandwiching
sandwiching.
Goodwin in between them.
Blech.
The impact caused the cars to explode,
What? They
erupting in a
they
gigantic
exploded
fireball. Goodwin
too?
fell to the ground and hit his head.
He hit his head on the ground.
The article
They
then
exploded.
mentions that Jonathan's exact
And he's not
conditions
dead.
weren't known, but that his injuries had been incredibly severe, having to be airlifted to a nearby
They
trauma
didn't die in the
unit.
show. Oh, okay.
The scene described sounded absolutely crazy, as the stunt Goodwin had performed sounded unlike anything I've ever seen before. And following
The gas or whatever? I don't know.
the release of this story, curious
I don't
readers
know.
wanted to know more, as they wondered whether the ordeal was filmed, and if that footage would ever get released. But according to the article, this had happened on the day of rehearsal, meaning that there was no live studio audience, and the cameras potentially weren't even rolling. And even if the show had been filming, it seemed highly unlikely that they would ever choose to release this footage.
Yeah, they're
However,
not. That's not coming out.
As it turns out, during the whole event, another camera had actually been recording on set that day, which just so happened to
I don't wanna
capture
see the video.
entire thing.
I don't
It's
want to see
unclear
the
who
video.
was behind the camera, though many believe that it was likely a staff member who had pulled out their phone to film the act. And somewhat unsurprisingly, just days after the initial report, this very video would emerge, quickly spreading to practically every social media site across the internet.
Oh my God. You must be joking.
The cars are then seen colliding together with extreme force, as Goodwin is pinned between them. At that exact moment, the pyrotechnics in both vehicles go off, causing a massive explosion. Jonathan would then collapse 40 feet to the ground below, falling headfirst.
Holy
The video is horrifying, and it's easy to understand why people on set thought Goodwin had
What a
perished, as every
disaster.
time I watched the clip, I couldn't imagine how anyone could survive such a devastating incident. But shockingly, Goodwin would actually regain consciousness that very day, and despite suffering serious injuries like 2 broken legs and burns throughout his body, he doesn't appear to be in critical condition anymore, as he's even taken to his Instagram page to let his fans know that he's going to be okay. And though his road to a full recovery is clearly going to be difficult, it's still amazing to see him alive and in such good spirits.
He's still alive?
Following the news
with no
breaking
serious
on the
injury?
story and the video finding its way around the internet, America's Got Talent has halted production on the show, and it's currently unclear where they will go from here. Though if they do decide to carry on with its production, I personally find it likely that this won't be the last time we see an accident like this.
That was disgusting. Mr. Rogers.
Our next story takes us to an obscure Reddit post made back in September of 2020. The story was told on the Legal Advice subreddit, as the original poster, or OP, was seeking help on a situation transpiring with their neighbor. OP described the situation as follows. I live in a duplex with my husband and my son, who is only a few months old.
Yeah, Mr. Rogers is great.
Father-in-law
I was reading it. I have to read it because like listening to it isn't enough for me right now. I'm gonna read it in my head. Okay, I think I gotta listen to it. I don't know. I feel a little out of place in my brain right now.
Owns half of the duplex and is renting to us, and the other half is owned by an older woman and her adult daughter. My father-in-law has known the woman for over 15 years and told us before we moved in that the daughter was mentally ill and had strong delusions on occasion that caused trouble with the previous tenants. The last tenants apparently had to get a civil anti-harassment order placed against the daughter, but eventually moved out when the behaviors never stopped. Apparently, the neighbor accused them of kidnapping and abusing their children, as well as abusing their dogs.
The wall we share.
My husband and I brought our son home a few months ago.
Oh, this is a Reddit post.
We didn't have any issues with the neighbor until about 2 weeks ago. She has begun banging on and throwing things at the walls when our son cries. She screams at us as well, but I usually can't hear what she's actually saying, over the screaming baby. And the 2 dogs going absolutely ballistic because of the banging. It's absolute chaos, and it made my postpartum anxiety so much worse. Every time the baby cries, I experience intense panic, waiting for the screaming and the banging to start. We have called the non-emergency police line twice when I can't handle it anymore and I feel close to a meltdown. And the first time they talked to her and she stopped doing it as often, maybe once every 2 days. Tonight she is back and it is worse than ever. The air quality is so bad right now from the fires that I can't let the dogs out for long to stop them from barking. And the barking makes the baby cry harder, which makes the neighbors scream and pound on the walls harder. The officer I spoke with says that we can try to get a civil anti-harassment order placed, but he knew for a fact that her behaviors never stopped after the last tenants had tried that. And he says his unofficial advice would be to live somewhere else. Is that seriously my only option? We can't afford to move, but I can't keep living like this.
Kill them.
The post was met with minimal engagement, as many glossed over the story, not thinking much of it, and those who did respond seemed to have a mixed reaction. Some actually sympathized with their neighbor, as sharing a wall with a screaming baby would obviously not be a fun situation, and especially for someone with a mental illness who seems to react negatively to loud stimuli. While others found the neighbor's response to be fairly worrisome, as it was clear that the behavior had been escalating. But whichever side these commenters took, they all seemed to be in agreement on one thing, that there wasn't much OP could do, other than simply move out. And with that, the post quickly faded into obscurity with no resolution to be found, quickly being lost in the endless content of Reddit.
Rip.
But surprisingly, the story wouldn't end there. In fact, nearly 7 months later, an update would be made, thrusting what was once an unknown story into the limelight. OP's post read, Update.
That is a lot of upvotes.
Duplex wall when baby
Holy
cries.
shit.
My first post never got much attention, but the outcome was pretty wild. In October of 2020, my husband and I were renting a duplex where my father-in-law owned the half we lived in. We brought our son home from the NICU
Thanks
in
for the
August,
gold, kind
and
stranger.
towards the end of September, the neighbor, 40-year-old female, started to pound on the shared wall if she could hear him cry. The pounding escalated over the next 2 months. The neighbor bought a megaphone to yell through the wall and threatened to rip us apart. She called us child predators, and she'd yell obscenities and threats until 3 or 4 in the morning. The police were called multiple times, but they responded that nothing could be done about it. One officer said,
I'm going to kill you.
See, it doesn't mean anything if I don't actually do it. The elderly mother hadn't been seen in several months, but requests for wellness checks were brushed off. The general advice I got was that as renters we couldn't do anything. It was also suggested that this was reasonable behavior, since the baby crying was probably really annoying. Since my first post, we moved in with my grandmother for our safety. The neighbor ended up busting a softball-sized hole through the shared wall to scream at us, and occasionally just stare at us.
That is the
smell that
weirdest
came
shit
from that
ever.
hole was indescribably bad. Our security cameras recorded her coming to my son's nursery window at around 2 a.m. almost daily,
This
just
is so
staring
weird.
and holding her cat. It took until the end of January for police to finally be able to enter her property. The elderly mother had been deceased since at least June, and the daughter had the corpse dressed in her Sunday best, rotting in a deadbolted bedroom. The news article said that the mother died from natural causes. The daughter was taken to an inpatient psychiatric facility.
She was insane.
The update came entirely out of left field, yet this lady's timeline made perfect sense, as the daughter's behavior likely escalated not just because of the new child, but also because of the loss of her mother. And without her mother to care for her and keep her in check, it allowed her actions to go way off the deep end, as by the end, she had clearly become completely delusional. However, this is Reddit, and with Reddit comes a slew of fake stories designed to go viral, which alone caused many to instantly write this whole situation off as a hoax. But digging deeper, this doesn't actually seem to be the case, as some would find news articles outlining a virtually identical situation. On the evening of January 29th, a welfare check was conducted at the home of 65-year-old Cynthia Newman. The lady had not been seen in months, and it wouldn't take long for police to figure out why. One article wrote, "The body of Cynthia Newman, 65, was found in a reclining chair with a pillow under her head and body. She was covered in blankets in an attempt to cover the body from sight. Newman's body was covered with insects and showed significant signs of decay, including exposed bone and places where skin was starting to peel off. It also appeared that animals living in the house had started to gnaw at the corpse."
What the hell?
Also within the home was Cynthia's daughter, 41-year-old Jacqueline Bebout, who had been living with the corpse for over 7 months, never reporting it to authorities as she, quote, "didn't want to be alone." According to the articles written on this, Cynthia had died due to natural causes, though her daughter would still wind up being arrested
I'm not sure.
on charges of failing to report human remains, with her sentence landing her in a mental health facility. But hearing this story side by side with these two threads, well, it all adds up, right down to the month that she claimed it happened, leaving me without a shadow of a doubt that this was in fact real. And as I read OP's post once more, it becomes clear that the strong stench that she was smelling was the smell of a decaying body. And with this context, what started as just an obscure, forgotten post on Reddit has now shifted into one of its more twisted threads.
When someone dies,
oh, that was
it
weird.
means they're not alive anymore.
Reddit is home to a lot of disturbing content, and it's here that we find another thread, with this one requiring no context for its darkness to be understood. The post was made to Ask Reddit, where a user asks, "Redditors who know how much time they have left, how does your day look like?" The post proceeded to go viral almost instantly.
Ask Reddit has a lot of interesting
to
stuff.
tell their stories, with all of the top results coming from
Haven't been
those
there in a
who
long time,
actually
though.
suffered from some type of terminal illness. One user wrote, "ALS, rapidly progressing. Every day I get worse. Couldn't get my shirt on today. Not really enough strength and energy to eat, though I am being yelled at for losing weight. No pain, for which I am thankful, but unable to do most things we take for granted. I have T-Rex arms now, probably won't be able to walk or stand in the next few weeks. I am working hard to get the prescription for death with dignity. This is not how I want to live. I think I'll be lucky to make it to Christmas, more like early November at this rate. I don't want to live like this anymore. Another says, my days are a mixed bag. Some days I don't want to get out of bed, and when I do, I can't seem to find the energy to leave.
Yell that for losing weight. Oh boy, this won't go well. Wait, I don't understand that.
The house. I have tumors all over my spine, so when things go really bad for me, my legs will probably be the first to go. This is my time, and it took me a lot of dying before I could take a deep breath and let go of the stress of living. Sometimes the best thing you can do is crack a beer and watch some TV and not feel guilty about it. It's easy to feel like you absolutely need to make each day count, but if I'm happy, I'm happy. The examples go on from there, as so many users have come together to share their experiences, and it's interesting to see how all of their answers differ. With some, they preach positivity, and somehow through it all they have found their inner peace. While others, well, are clearly struggling to come to terms with what will soon happen to them. With most feeling guilty for what they have put their families through, and what their families will soon go through once they're gone. It's all just horribly depressing, and unfortunately, it's far worse than I described. As I've left out one devastating note, with that being that this thread is actually over 5 years old, and those accounts that had shared
5 years old. I thought I was going to spin into an abusive story where the parents were screaming at them. No, I don't think so. I think, yeah, I don't
their
think so.
stories, both good and bad, have now fallen silent, leaving the accounts responsible for practically all of the top stories in this thread abandoned, with no updates in years. This thread is no longer a group of people sharing what their last days will look like. It's showing what their last days did look like, as it appears that the vast majority of them are no longer with us, succumbing to the fate that they knew was around the corner, leaving this as, in my opinion, one of the most painful threads I've ever scrolled through.
Do not cry.
Wait till you see New York from our point of view. Spend a sunset on top of the world.
It's rare to see so many people know how their future is going to turn out and the fate that lies ahead. But most of the time, the future turns out to be far more surprising than you can ever imagine, which leads us to a website called airliners.net, where 21 years ago, a group of users began a discussion centered around an impossible situation. But for just a brief moment in time, they pondered it, with the subject line reading, "If a 707 hit the World Trade Center." A user named MD90 starts the discussion by saying, when the two towers that made up the World Trade Center were built, they were designed to withstand the impact of the largest airliner of the day, the Boeing 707 Intercontinental. The Empire State Building survived a B-25 medium bomber crashing into it on a very foggy day. It was during the weekend when most people weren't there, but still, 14 people died. Anyone want to bet that the World Trade Center could survive a 767 impact? This post was met with the response,
"Yeah,
let's
it definitely
not try
could."
that, okay? One terror attempt was enough. From there, others chime in, with one adamantly saying, "My bet is no way. Just imagine a fully loaded airliner the size of a 707 slamming into any building. Think about it." And the discussion carried on from there. One person wrote a rather lengthy, well-thought-out response saying, if a 707 or a 757 slammed into the World Trade Center, it might be much more damaging than the case of the B-25 bomber that crashed into the Empire State Building. It is very doubtful any passengers or crew would have survived such a grim scenario. Also, there are probably more people per floor in the World Trade Center compared to the Empire State Building, so casualties in the building will likely be much higher. Another user responds by saying the structure itself would survive, as the buildings are surrounded by other buildings, and thus only a hit could take place high up on the structure, meaning not at or really near ground level. If it could somehow penetrate and hit the base, that would take it out completely, but a hit 500 or 600 feet up most likely wouldn't take out the whole thing. Within this thread was even an employee who had been working at the World Trade Center at the time, who chimed in stating, I am working in downtown New York at the World Trade Center, and when someone is in the observation deck of the World Trade Center, you see planes approaching the LaGuardia Airport, not far away from the building. Sometimes you think that the plane is going to hit the building. And I always think, what if a pilot crashes a plane on us? The conversation eventually leads to someone saying, the scenario is really hellish. I think the flight disaster record, Tenerife, 1977, 582 dead, might get reset by a lot. You would easily have 1,500 or more, since you would have 200 in the plane, at least 500 in the building, and a real shitload on the ground. If the building managed to fall, there might be 5,000 or 6,000 dead. Oh well, that's why they put AC lights on the buildings. This was the final message written in that thread. A thread based around an impossible situation. A situation that could only live in one's imagination. Or at least at the time it was. Not even 1 year following this thread, 2 Boeing 67 planes would crash into the World Trade Center, forever changing the course of world history. The same planes that user MD90 had referred to when saying, anyone want to bet that the World Trade Center could survive a 767 impact? And as it turns out, it couldn't.
Right.
And that's the history of the camera.
As part of my channel, I have a tendency to focus in on disturbing videos and channels. But recently, I've fallen down the rabbit hole of another form of media, photographs, and specifically final photographs, the last pictures taken in a person's life. And across the web, there are millions of examples of this, with an endless supply waiting in the future, as at some point, everyone will have their final picture taken, including you and I, whether we know it at the time or not. Many of the examples we can find today are heartbreaking or even inconspicuous, while others, well, are much more disturbing. On April 18th, 2021, a torrential rainstorm began to wreak havoc in Houston, Texas, along with many surrounding areas. The rain fell in excess of 24 inches within just a single day, flooding the streets and many of the waterways nearby, leading to roads being completely covered with feet of rushing water. And unfortunately for 21-year-old Darren Mitchell, he would be caught directly in its crossfire. After attempting to make his way home on Highway 105, the floodwaters quickly overtook the road around him, to the point that it was impossible for the car to move any longer, leaving Darren stranded in his vehicle at the mercy of the raging
what do you do
water,
in that situation?
water that was rising
swim
quickly.
Or
and given the conditions of that road in particular, well, he knew rescue would likely be a long ways away.
Oh, that's scary.
Before Darren knew it, the water had made it all the way up to the top of his car, as it slowly began trickling in through the crevices. Growing increasingly helpless, Darren decided to call up his family just to tell him that he loved them, while also mentioning that he had managed to make it out of his car, and that he believed he was going to be safe. Though
like, you
sadly,
want high ground,
this
right?
wasn't
Just so you
actually
live?
the case, as just minutes later, he would use his phone to snap this picture.
Holy!
He would then post the shot to Facebook with the caption,
yeah,
all I wanted to do was go home. Moments later, worried onlookers would witness Darren's truck begin to roll, before flipping over completely and disappearing into the raging water. Darren's body would be recovered days later, leaving him as one of the 5 victims to fall to this deadly flood. Another chilling final photograph comes from an ex-couple who had been partaking on a hiking trip in the Alabama countryside. 18-year-old Jolie Callan and her boyfriend Lauren Bunner had been separated for some time, but the two decided to head out on one last hike as a chance for them to come to terms with the end of their relationship and hopefully start a new and...
But let's say, okay, you kick out the windows or... No, you got on top of the car before it got to the door. What, you would probably want, like, some kind of high ground, right? Or, like, worst case, you're, like, in the middle of nowhere, what, get on top of the car? Just so you're, like, not stuck in the car, right? So you would want to get out of the car, get on top of the car, possibly. You just try to get higher than it. Okay, yeah. I figured.
Civil friendship. By this time, Jolie had moved on with someone new and was all set to start college, but she wanted to remove any ill feelings with Lauren as she began this new chapter in her life. Together, the pair traveled up the mountains in Chia State Park, where Bunner would chronicle the entire day on his Instagram page. He posted photos of Jolie walking her dog, as well as just taking in the gorgeous scenery around them, with this shot proving to be incredibly stunning, as it shows just how vast the woods were that surrounded them. Bunner would snap this picture before quickly posting it to Instagram as a way to cherish this memory, his last memory with Jolie. Just moments after taking the picture, Bunner would put his phone down and pull out a handgun that he had concealed in his pocket. He would then fire one shot in the back of Jolie's head before flipping her around and shooting her once more to seal the deal. He then dragged her body to the edge of the cliff that she was seen here looking over before pushing her off. Bunner was arrested that day after turning himself in, as it was clearly an attack done out of jealous rage, as he took exception to the fact that Jolie was moving on with her life, leaving him in the past. And it's likely that in this very moment, Jolie had no idea the fate that she was about to meet, and the plans that Lauren had for her that afternoon. But of all the final photographs that I found recently, there's one that I find especially chilling, as it just leaves so much to the imagination. On June 6th, 2020, a group of friends had gathered at Frayant County Park to celebrate 46-year-old Biba Henry's birthday. As night started to fall and the party had begun to die down, Biba and her sister, Nicole Smallman, decided to stick around the park and continue the celebration, partying into the early morning hours. The two played music, danced, and waved around fairy lights, enjoying the day as if it was their last.
They look happy. I feel like
and wanting to
someone's
document
gonna
the
kill them.
festivities, the ladies would set up one of their phones and begin photographing themselves. The phone was connected to a clicker that the girls would use to snap over 100
get into an
pictures,
accident.
documenting their night in this dark wooded area.
Dark
The
wooded
pictures
area,
were
GG.
a little grainy, and many of which were hard to make out, but it seemed as though the two were having a great time. Or at least they had been, until this final photograph. It is incredibly blurry and difficult to make anything out, but the context behind it is highly disturbing. Just comparing it to the photograph taken right beforehand, it appears as though both subjects had been posing for a photo
they're looking at something
before quickly turning to their left at the same time, almost as if something off camera had caught their attention and even startled them.
I don't think
you
so.
can see Nicole Smallman looking to her left, and the body of Biba Henry turning that way as well. But besides that, nothing else can really be made out, which makes it all the more bizarre once it's revealed that this would be their last photograph, as the two would be found hours later, having suffered over 30 stab wounds, with their bodies being hidden under nearby brush. The two women had been brutally murdered.
What the hell?
Following a lengthy investigation, it would eventually be determined that the two had been attacked that morning by 19-year-old Daniel Hassan, and his motive was incredibly bizarre, as he believed that he had made a deal with the devil, who had told him that if he sacrificed 6 people every 6 months,
go in the woods.
then he would one day win
or
the
carry a gun
Powerball
with
jackpot.
you. What?
Daniel truly believed that the only thing standing in the way of him and millions of dollars was the sacrifice of 6 people. And so that's exactly what he tried to do. On the afternoon of Biba Henry's birthday, Daniel had seen their group in the park celebrating, and when the crowd dispersed to just 2 people, he decided it would be the perfect chance to perform his sacrifice. It was this moment, this final photograph, of the two seemingly noticing something on their left, that they would see their killer for the first time, as Daniel had just emerged from the woods, standing just barely out of frame, before he began his attack. In the year and a half since this photo was taken, Daniel has since been convicted of both murders and is set to serve a minimum of 35 years in prison, though I think it's likely that he will remain behind bars for life.
They look like they're having fun.
And though the story is quite obviously a tragic one, we can at least find some comfort in the fact that Daniel will no longer be able to carry out the remainder of his sacrifices.
What an idiot, man.
The internet never ceases to amaze me with its disturbing content, as every day new twisted stories are being uncovered. So if this is a series you would like to see more of, then please let me know, as there truly is so much more to dive into.
Wow, alright, we're gonna be on our last video though. Some of you might have seen it. Some of you might have not. I think it's good to get a rewatch to see, just to learn again. Like, I think I saw it like, maybe like 8 months ago or something. Oh, this is an interesting video. Hussein. I thought he was saying Hassan. I did not hear. Read the disclaimer. This video deals with animal abuse and shows scenes that could be viewed as such. It is disturbing at times, but it is important to shed light on this topic. Major trigger warning.
As a platform,
and this is the last video that we will be watching today.
YouTube is home to an incredible amount of channels run by users who are desperate for fame, to the point that they would do just about anything to achieve it.
I may fail, but if I fail, I want to die trying.
A risky attempt at fame left aspiring YouTube star Pedro Ruiz
Oh, he actually died.
dead.
This is nothing new, of course.
Okay. Rip.
But every day I find it more and more shocking the lengths that people will go through just to gain internet clout. And today's example
is it weird to laugh at that?
Disturbing.
I don't know, that's just funny.
For starters, let's address something. The internet has long since had an animal abuse problem. So often, accounts will pop up showcasing vile and disgusting treatments of animals by users desperately in search of attention. This issue has always been rampant, and unfortunately it doesn't seem like it will ever stop, as new cases seemingly appear every
I saw
week
this video.
or so. But on YouTube, there's a similar issue happening right now, only it features a slight variation. It seems that on the platform, there are a variety of channels that are abusing animals, such as cats and dogs, just not in the way that we are used to. Instead, the videos paint these abusers to be heroes. It's a difficult phenomenon to explain, so let me just show you. To start our investigation, we're going to be taking a look at an account called KM Animal, a channel with just 2 posts, but that's all they needed to make a lasting impact. A video entitled "Boy Rescues Baby Puppy Was Bitten by Big Dog" was posted to YouTube on April 3rd, 2018.
That's a cute puppy.
The caption is filled with broken English, but basically what they're saying is that they found this puppy who had a bite from a bigger dog that they couldn't find, and they rescued the puppy by giving it medicine. Now, I'm gonna censor most of this video because there is nothing more triggering to me than seeing a puppy in pain. But it basically shows a dog with what appears to be a bleeding cut near its neck. The dog is clearly in pain and totally terrified. But luckily, these kids stumbled upon it and were able to bring it out to safety. They rubbed some medicine on the dog, and just like that, it was back on its feet. There was even a follow-up video posted to the channel that showed the puppy being completely fine, without so much as a scar or even any sign of a wound for that matter. Honestly, this is some wholesome content. They saved this poor, adorable, helpless puppy. These kids are heroes.
No.
It's exactly what they wanted you to think. In the first video I showed you, people noticed that something was off with the puppy's supposed bite marks. The story was that a big dog had bit the young puppy, causing a severe injury. But there's something about this injury.
What?
Something isn't quite right. On the puppy, there is only one mark that looks more like a cut than anything.
Looks like
if he had truly
knife.
been bitten, then wouldn't there have been injuries all over his body, given the fact that grown dogs...
And a big dog isn't gonna bite once either. They're gonna...
typically have 42 teeth. So if a grown dog had really bitten this puppy with that much strength, then those other teeth surely would have caused damage too. So the possibility of this actually being a bite mark is all but impossible, unless the dog literally only had one tooth. Plus, the wound very clearly isn't a puncture, and again it looks more like a slice, which is inconsistent with a bite mark as well. And something else wasn't adding up either. When looking at the update video, the young puppy was still a puppy, and it looked to be the same exact size. Yet the wound had healed over so much that it was unrecognizable.
I don't have the
Large
brain
wounds
to understand
on dogs
that.
like that would typically take as long as 6 weeks to heal if left open. And that's not including the months that it would take to fully scar over, and then the years it would take for that scar to become this unnoticeable. So all in all, the recovery time for the dog to look
that dog
that
is so
good
cute.
could have been years.
Why they gotta do this?
And yet that dog was still a puppy. Now going a little further, this looks to be a Labrador, meaning that by just 3 months old, it would already be nearing 25 pounds.
25
and by 6 months,
pounds?
It would be as high as 50.
Holy.
But this dog is just as small as it was before, making this update video all but impossible to be true. So what does this all mean? It means that everything here is clearly staged. Everything but the dog's wound. And since we already know that it couldn't have come from a dog like they said, it appears that these kids did the unthinkable. They took a perfectly healthy puppy, filmed it as footage to use for their update video, and then they took a sharp object, likely a knife, and cut the puppy on its chest. After the dog was injured, they placed it under a deck and pretended to rescue it so that they could look like the heroes. That explains why the wound looked more like a cut, and it
Even
explains
blurred,
why
it looks
they
like a
never
knife. It
found
looks
the
like a
actual
knife
dog
wound.
who bit the puppy, because it didn't exist. Stabbing an innocent puppy to look cool on YouTube and acting like you're a hero, it's one of the most disgusting things that I've seen on the platform. Honestly, this makes me just lose so much faith in humanity. But I was at least happy to see that people were smart enough to see through this channel's lies. Only this wasn't actually the case. See, there's some information that I haven't shared with you yet. This channel actually wasn't the original KM Animals. In fact, both of these videos were just re-uploads. Instead, the original KM Animals channel had amassed nearly 1 million subscribers by doing this very same practice, and it was universally loved. Every video was fake and put these animals' lives at risk. Yet even for the videos we just analyzed, the support was overwhelmingly positive, with it garnering
87,000
millions
likes.
of views, and nobody caught on for a very long time, until it was eventually exposed by YouTubers Pay Money Wubby and Everyday Stray. Once the truth had been revealed, the channel was shut down, with YouTube vowing to put an end to fake animal rescue content. But it is worth noting that KM Animals still has a YouTube channel that is functioning to this day called KM Daily, whose videos also deal with animals. Now, it doesn't appear that they're abusing them anymore, but it does rub me the wrong way that they're still able to post content and rack up hundreds of thousands of subscribers who likely have no idea about the horrible things they've done in the past. But I'll let you be the judge of that. The exposing of KM Animals was a huge deal in 2019, and with YouTube's response, one would imagine that it would be much harder to get away with on the platform today. But this doesn't seem to be the case, as in the past week I've been able to find a few channels that are concerning. Let's begin with Happy Dog. This channel was brought to my attention by a Reddit post made by Movie Expert 786, who questioned how legitimate the channel really was. In looking into it, I see what they mean. Happy Dog has been actively posting on YouTube for just 10 months, but in that span they've been able to amass 170,000 subscribers and 48 million views, with most of their videos receiving a high amount of praise. In the majority of their uploads, the people behind the camera will find a trapped or injured animal in seemingly an impossible situation. Situations that clearly wouldn't happen often in nature. And yet they find a new one every single day, it seems like, as they've recently began uploading practically daily.
Every day.
Now, this alone could just be a coincidence.
All right.
So let's take a look at some specific examples of these impossible situations. Starting with the video, Rescue the Puppy Trapped in Fishing Net.
The net is from him so that he cannot run.
In this video, we see a dog tangled desperately in a red net, making it impossible for the puppy to move. That's when the camera cuts to a scene that shows us where the puppy was found. Just looking at this fort of chairs, it clearly seems staged, and something about it just doesn't sit right with me. See how tangled up this dog is? Every limb is wrapped, even its neck is caught around it. And we know this puppy is completely immobilized, meaning that it couldn't have walked into this fort after it was already tangled. So that means that this net must have been inside of that little den, and the puppy would have had to climb in and get caught up in it inside of there. But in my opinion, that's not even possible. For any animal to get this hopelessly trapped, it would have had to have rolled around, tried to escape, and moved all over the place. It's a situation where the more you move, the more you trap yourself. You don't get this caught just by standing on the net or laying on it. It requires movement, and most importantly, space to get this stuck. Yet that den barely had enough room for the puppy to fit in. There is nowhere near enough room for this dog to have gotten this tangled in that small little space. And we already know he couldn't have crawled in afterwards. And there's more.
I have 8,000
when I
drop
watched
frames.
the video back,
How the fuck?
I noticed that the thumbnail seemed strange. Because at no point of this video was the puppy ever in this position. Not once. And they supposedly showed the rescue from the moment they found the dog to the moment it was freed. So this shows us that this thumbnail was clearly staged, meaning that they had this dog tangled up off camera in the net, completely discrediting the idea that they had found it and immediately freed it. Now, with all this considered, I believe that this video is definitely a fake, and they put this puppy in a horrible situation just for views.
Yeah, there's like worse animal
animal
videos though, but yeah, it's still pretty fucked up.
In the video, rescue poor puppy with his mouth tied up.
Yeah, there's a lot worse. They claim to
have stumbled upon a dog who had a rock fallen on him, and who also had his mouth tied up. Now, a few concerns here. If the dog was covered by a rock, you wouldn't be able to see it, and if its mouth was tied up, you wouldn't be able to hear it from far away. So how again did they notice it? Also, you see them pulling the rock off of the dog, yet the camera shows the ditch that the puppy was found in earlier in the video, which made me realize, where did the rock fall from? The dog was in the middle of a wide ditch. Now, by the end of the video, they are clearly pretending that they have never seen this dog before by acting afraid of it, and so to try and help, they start smacking it? It's very disturbing and very dumb at the same time, because after all, the dog's mouth is literally tied.
Jeez, man.
So with all of this, I feel like this is another fake video where they actually put the rock on top of that dog and tied its mouth just for content. Now, one of the most obvious signs that this is all being fake is an upload from June 10th called Rescue Puppy from Snake Attack, Crying for Help. This video is very graphic, so I'll blur it, but it shows a puppy being attacked by a snake.
They just record it?
In the beginning, the people behind the camera take 30 seconds to film the situation, with one questioning, what are we gonna do?
Oh my god, so what we do now?
All the while, you can clearly see that the other person has a snake pole and could have easily helped the situation 30 seconds before, instead of just filming the dog literally being killed. So they prioritized getting a good shot and setting a good story to saving the dog's life, which shows us that at the very least, they valued their production quality over the dog's life in this situation. And I also want to briefly mention that this dog looks an awful lot like one of the puppies they had rescued a month previously. But this video is important for one specific reason. Out of the first 5 months of this channel, this was the first snake attack rescue that was uploaded. Which leads me to believe that this is a fairly rare thing, as if they had these rescues
happened
before,
a bunch more,
you would
apparently.
have seen them.
Because they got good views.
This video gained a staggering 4 million views, which is the first time that the channel had gotten close to this kind of viewership since its first month of existence. So in other words, this video kind of broke a dry spell on the channel, which tells us something, that these snake videos are good for views. And so interestingly enough, after that video went viral, all of a sudden they started rescuing more animals from these snakes. Clearly this was something that wasn't common, as it had never happened in the channel's first 5 months. Yet since that video went viral, they've posted 13 other snake rescue videos in just 2 months. It's clear to me that they saw how well the first one did and continued staging these attacks.
I don't think this is America.
Views.
I think it's India.
And some of these videos are so clearly fake. Like this one, for example. The video shows a puppy being attacked by what they say is a king cobra.
What the?
In it, the dog is dirty and has been bitten by a snake on its leg. Now, a king cobra bite can have enough venom to kill a full-grown elephant.
Oh my god.
So this puppy should not have survived long after this. Yet Happy Dog takes the puppy directly to the vet, gives it a shot, and miraculously it survives. So that alone is unlikely, as the dog wouldn't have survived for more than a few minutes. But also, I noticed something else. When the dog is being attacked, it is dirty and bleeding from its leg. Yet, by the time they reach the hospital, the dog is perfectly clean, and the injury is nowhere to be found.
How is this happening? I'm confused.
So much like KM Animal, it appears that this was filmed before the attack, and that the entire thing was staged.
It's before.
And if it truly was a king cobra, then it's
God.
likely that the puppy was killed while they were filming this video. And there are inconsistencies with all of these snake videos, leading me to believe that most of these dogs are dying or being severely injured during these staged scenes. Now I'm sure you guys get the point already, but if you're still on the fence, here's this. On August 13th, the channel posted a video of a cat being attacked by a snake in a tree. It's very graphic, so I won't show it all, but at one point we see this random kitten standing on the tree. Now this is significant because somehow, just 3 days later, the same exact kitten wound up stuck inside of a fence for them to rescue.
Jesus Christ.
You can tell for sure that it's the same kitten by the pattern on its back. What are the chances of that? Randomly seeing a cat at an animal rescue and then having to rescue that same kitten just a few days later. Again, this shows us that this channel seems to be fake, which makes these videos so concerning. Because I failed to mention that this channel also shows videos of dogs with broken legs thanks to supposed car accidents, and puppies caught in mouse traps whose legs wound up mangled. Assuming that this channel is faking these videos, then this would mean that they are intentionally mangling these puppies for their content. And the fact that we've seen some of these dogs get bit by actual king cobras, then we already know that they are likely killing these dogs for content as well. Now, when I was investigating this channel, I happened to find a comment on one of their videos from an account named The Rescue Journey TV. And what I found on that channel was virtually a mirror image of the two that we've discussed so far, except this one might be even more shameless. This channel has very similar red flags to Happy Dog, with one of the biggest being their obvious attempt to follow views. A year ago, one of their videos showed a kitten trapped in between the wheels of a truck, with the video gaining a staggering 11 million views.
What is that
just
thumbnail?
A few months after that,
that is so bullshit,
video was
dude.
posted that showed another kitten rescued from the
tires. What the fuck was that
thumbnail? And this one got 31 million views. And much like the snakes on the Happy Dog channel, the people at Rescue Journey TV likely saw how well these rescues were doing and started doing them more to gain views. As in the following week, 2 more videos would be posted of the same exact type of rescue. It's pretty ridiculous to believe that this could happen 3 times in the span of 1 week, because in a lot of ways, it doesn't even make sense how these kittens would get stuck there in the first place. Also, I just want to quickly mention that the last 2 videos they did on this specific type of rescue severely underperformed, and interestingly enough, after those videos did so poorly, there hasn't been a similar rescue since. So it happens so often that they had 3 of the same rescue in 1 week. Yet since the views ran dry, there hasn't been another one in the past 7 months. Again, I feel like this all hints to the idea that this is staged in an attempt to chase views. I also want to add that each of the thumbnails that they used for these types of rescues
that one in
were
the middle.
photoshopped, with them adding blood to make the video more clickable, further exploiting these situations for their own gain.
That's so stupid,
But
man.
it gets worse.
It's not real, at
because
least.
When I said it
that
was shameless,
middle thumbnail.
I meant it. Because this channel seems to be quote-unquote saving the same cats and dogs over and over again. For example, in one video, they find a kitten trapped in rubble. And then a week later, he finds another cat stuck in a tree. And if you pause the video and look a little closer, the cat has the same exact markings on its back. It's the same kitten, much like the tactic that happy dogs used, except they do it over and over again. They use the same animals as props for their videos to act like they're saving them. And knowing these are staged is terrifying, as this channel features videos of dogs and kittens drowning and being crushed by rubble, meaning that they're likely putting these animals through all of that. And if you had any doubts that this channel is faked, here's the kicker. Many of his videos start with this guy just casually farming, minding his own business. And miraculously, every single time, after just a few seconds, he happens to hear an animal in
my
distress
spidey sense is
in
tingling.
the nearby area.
My spidey sense is tingling. There's an animal in pain. That's edited in too.
We are. And what are the odds that as soon as the camera turns on, an animal randomly starts crying out for help, which also just so happens to be what your entire channel is centered around. Now, I go a little more in depth on this channel, but it seems like a lot of their commenters have already caught on to the scam, so I'll just leave it at that. Both Happy Dog and The Rescue Journey TV are 2 of the most sickening channels that I've ever encountered. And somehow they are allowed to continue posting this content on YouTube. All the while, there are ads on virtually every single video. This is quite literally monetized animal abuse. And we've seen their willingness to chase views and put these animals in more and more extreme situations. So who knows what other types of abuse they'll put them through next.
YouTube.
It's honestly horrifying to think that this
Pretty
will
sure there's
keep
a follow-up
happening
video
and
as
keep
well.
getting
Well, we're
worse
not gonna
and
watch that,
worse,
though.
until hopefully they're eventually stopped. And these are far from the only channels out there like this. So for that reason, I'm going to keep investigating this in the future and trying to expose this issue, as this truly has no place on the platform.
Alright, well that was pretty fucked up. Animal, it was pretty fucked up, but it's good to, it's good knowledge to know that, okay, there's people faking this shit for views, and they need to be stopped. Like, if you didn't watch it, you would not know. And then, let's say you stumbled on it, like, oh, this is a cute channel. They're saving these animals. Like, it's good to know that not everything is as you see. Stopped. Well, I mean, I don't know what I just said, but they need to be stopped, yes. Anyways, that is it for today. Let me put on some Mr. Rogers. Mr. Dodgers. Goodbye. Yes, that is it for today,
it happens
everybody.
So often. I walk down the street and someone 20 or 30 or 40 years old will come up to me and say, "You are Mr. Rogers, aren't you?" And then they tell me about growing up with the neighborhood and how they're passing on to the children they know what they found to be important in our television work. Like expressing their feelings through music and art and dance and sports.
Just one last video.
And drama and computers and writing, and invariably we end our little time together with a hug. I'm just so proud of all of you who have grown up with us, and I know how tough it is some days to look with hope and confidence on the months and years ahead. But I would like to tell you what I often told you when you were much younger. I like you just the way you are. And what's more, I'm so grateful to you for helping the children in your life to know that you'll do everything you can to keep them safe and to help them express their feelings in ways that will bring healing in many different neighborhoods. It's such a good feeling to know that we're lifelong friends.
That was not what the video I wanted. But yes, thanks for listening, children. This is Akashi VT. Oh, and you are watching the world's most fucked up videos. Well, not really. But yes, thanks for coming, everybody.
And the good thing about the end of a week is that we can look forward to the beginning
I very much appreciate your company.
I'll be back when the week is new, and I'll have more ideas for you, and you'll have things you'll want to do, and I will too. I'll think of you when I'm not here, 'cause thinking of people makes them seem near. The friends who know you love you cheerfully. I do too.